play. I wanna go back there if just for a day. Chat about gory things that they watch. Zombie tales and a vampire's munch. Slasher thrills and a ghost find prey. I wanna go back there just for a day. DEADPIT's on and I gotta stay. Back to their voices, let my troubles sway. Where horror roams and creatures play. I wanna go back there just for a day. Creepy fears under full moon's cast. Rewind the scars from a bloody past. Redneck tales in December or May. DEADPIT wants to go back there just for a day. Laughter echoes through the night. Fear and fun and Appalachian light. Voices curse and the banjos play. I just want to go back there just for a day. On and I gotta stay. Back to their voices, let my troubles sway. Where whole shit roams and the toothless play. I wanna go back there just for a day.
Howdy everybody and welcome.
Hey,
Creepy Kentucky in here.
I'm Uncle Bill. What are you fucking with over there? Quit fucking
I'm
with
just
stuff.
getting my stuff ready, man. I'm getting ready to go over some professional shit here. I'm a high-tech redneck Mayberry meets Star Trek, and we're back for the first time in a few months doing the Horror Roundtable show. And we've made a commitment, and people can call us out on it from here on out. If we don't do this show every month, call us out on it in the chat.
Get called out.
Call out, like J-Dog back in the day. So, this is the show for the fans, by the fans, and we got some people backstage ready to talk horror and just whatever the hell they want to talk about. And all of the patrons, go over to deadpitonpatreon.com and get the link there, or YouTube members, and join us if you want to. But first up, our neighbor in northern West Virginia, but he's still in West Virginia. Uncle Bill, he can't deny it. He's there. Even if he's 50 feet from Pennsylvania, he's still in West Virginia.
That's right.
Our boy, Phantasmat, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, and I'm quite literally probably 50 feet from
It's
Pennsylvania.
it's still West Virginia, though. You're still
But it's
in
still West Virginia. I can still claim it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing well. How about you guys?
I'm doing good. Just keeping it creepy here. I've got my gummies ready for later.
Oh, God.
And, gonna be
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, what the fuck you been doing, Matt?
He's been
You
hiding
just
out.
I'd not be on the fucking show all the time. You're making everybody upset.
I'm just down here in West Virginia, you know.
Oh, that's,
Being-
I'm sorry. That's fucking, that's a
What
sense you
about-
never want to hear.
Well, you're up to us now. A person that's down is much like the legendary fucking John Anderson and his song "Down in Tennessee." It's our boy Ryan. Ryan, what's going on, man? Tom Atkins' great grandson.
What's going on, gang?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Where in the hell are you at?
I am at my mom and stepdad's right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
He's
chilling
in my
on their back
basement right
porch.
now. I got him.
You weren't supposed to tell them that, Matt.
Quiet down there.
So, yeah, man, good to get you guys back on here. And like I said, it'd been a few months since we'd done one of these. Actually, yeah, Marilyn Manson.
Garrett likes the shirt.
Didn't he get
Vintage.
canceled, or that didn't go down officially?
They tried to
yet?
cancel him, but he came back. Like, the people just forgot about it, and so he's back doing concerts now.
He's back doing concerts, man. I saw him live
Mhm.
years ago. It was terrible. And, I didn't pay for this shirt. I literally got this for free. So it's one of those late
Nice.
night baggy tees, you know?
I swear to God, everybody and their grandmother had one of them shirts. Like when we were in high school, that was like the big thing to have.
Yeah, there was there's actually a tribute band that it was so popular here in Eastern Kentucky. Do you remember that act, Uncle Bill, back in the late 90s?
No, there's
Marlo Manson.
Marlo Manson was
That was
knocking out all the bangers.
Yeah, that was his uncle. His Uncle Marlo.
Garrett wants the shirt.
It's rad, man. He says it's rad. Garrett is down in Florida, by the way, too. So hopefully all the weather stays and everything A-okay for him for the next week or so, because Florida is a dangerous place to visit nowadays.
Seems to be.
Now,
wait a minute. Before we go further, though, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't one of the headbangers wear that fucking shirt? Like back in WWE?
I think both of them did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got something on the back too. I don't even know what it says, honestly. I don't even know if y'all can see it, but
this is your world in which we grow and we will grow to hate. Thank you, Marilyn Manson. That's inspirational.
What a quote. What a quote, boss.
That's a Mansonism.
But tonight, pretty much open topic, guys. Whatever y'all want to talk about, horror related. There's lots of stuff going down. Terrifier debuted, Terrifier 3, #1 at the weekend box office this weekend, right? It beat out Joker a la douche, or whatever the hell the second Joker movie is. And
Joker sings.
Exciting. I don't care.
I swear to God, like, I really believe that he purposely was trying to sabotage that fucking franchise. There's nothing else that makes any sense to me than that. Like, to make a musical about that, like, you either have to be out of your mind or like purposely just trying to like bring that series to an end. And I feel like he was just like, I'm just going to do, he pulled the Rob Zombie, the Halloween 2 trick. He was just like, I'm going to do whatever I want and it'll be fine. The studios fucking put it out and do whatever anyway. So here's your musical with Lady Gaga.
And well, it is Lady Gaga. I mean, you know,
it's in great sequence. Enjoy that shit.
I like you said, I'll never probably see that movie, man. I just don't.
Me neither.
I don't care. Like, by the way, real quick, is my camera like cutting out for you guys too? Or no? Okay,
no,
I don't think so.
Loading.
No.
Okay, so it might just be on my end, but like, I'll never forget seeing that first Joker in the theater, in my shitty one-screen theater here in town, and like being honestly kind of blown away by how intense that movie was, and just thinking this is like a special thing, this movie, just to see something like that in a theater. And then just, I know everything that happens in the second one already. I've heard all of it. It's just, I can't fucking fathom that shit. That'll go down in history as one of the worst decisions in Hollywood to make a sequel to that movie, man. Especially in the way that they did.
Exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't have been bad to make a sequel to it because it made so much money. I could see that, but the way they went about doing it will be one of the biggest missteps. It's like The Exorcist 2 of, you know, it'll go down the same way as that movie did. It was like, what the hell kind of direction is that going in?
I mean, if anybody's curious, though, as far as going down, now this is 81.3% drop from the first week. So I think that's the biggest, like, comic book drop of all time, comic book adaptation or whatever.
That includes Morbius.
Right. Morbius is even more successful.
It's Alan Jackson.
Midnight in Montgomery. Well, there's Alan. How you doing tonight, Alan? How are you, sir?
You know, I totally forgot that I had this as my fucking avatar until you just said, "Hey, there's Alan Jackson." That's
where were you when they built a ladder to heaven?
That's still one of the funniest. That's still one of the best, like, South Park digs at a celebrity. It was like, it's fucking hilarious. The worst is you guys brought up Aaron Tipp in the video. That dude had a September 11th tribute song on September 13th, 2001. That dude was just ready to capitalize.
He's like, we got to do this right now. Get struck while the iron's hot.
I don't even
literally.
Jesus.
I remember he did one of those songs, but like I get confused because there are so many of those country 9/11 songs.
Yeah, the best was Daryl Worley. Daryl Worley was just, remember that song was, he literally name dropped Bin Laden in that song.
Dedicated to you, Bin Laden. Piece of trash.
What a time to be alive.
Yep.
But yeah, fuck Joker too. Sorry guys, sorry for derailing the convo.
Maybe one day though they'll do a compilation of those country 9/11 songs on like one album or something. That'd be a record store day exclusive, possibly.
We'll kick you fucking butt. You remember when they got
It's
all
the
like,
American way.
yeah, that's my favorite part. Yeah.
Going back to South Park, South Park did an episode, remember, where like half the town is that kind of fucking, country, like fuck America, fuck yeah, and then the other half was like the bleeding heart liberal, and it was like, I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. I think it was Randy.
It's amazing though that South Park has still not got canceled either. Like that's one thing that still remains.
It never will. It never will. I hope it never does either. I mean, I haven't watched it in quite a while, but I am a fan.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it in recent years or anything, but yeah, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite. Like back in high school, like the first 2 or 3 years of that show, and this was pre-DVD and everything, like I would record those shows and watch them over and over and over. So like, yeah, probably the first 10 years or so that show was around, like I was a mega fan of that show, and it never really got old to me. Over and over and over again. Didn't they have a Halloween special with Korn as a special guest?
That one's classic. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah. That may have been one of their early second year Halloween special or something like that. But anyway,
the story about how I'm sorry.
Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say the story of how those guys, that show became what it was they had made a short film in college, and like the tape just got passed around and went like one of their earliest viral videos on like the early internet, and it just fell into the right hands of people in Hollywood. And because if you watch those early seasons, it's like the animation's so crude.
Well, Matt just told us to go fuck ourselves.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's not nice.
He's sick of talking about South Park. Yeah. Matt was. We're gonna go to the chat real quick here and give some shout outs. Clifton is in the house. Mike B, Joe Stradamus 75, Kevin Smith, Magic Hands, Rambo Raff for Life is in the house. The mayor of Gruesome Twosome, brother. Phantasmat is back. Welcome, sir.
Browser, sorry about that. My shit seems all fucked up on my side. I don't know. This is my first time using this on my new laptop.
Well, there's always issues with that. I think Uncle Bill, even on his new laptop when he got it, he was like, what the fuck's going on? It's a piece of shit. Remember that, Uncle Bill?
I remember it.
Russell has been a member on YouTube for 10 months. Well, thank you very much, Russell. And welcome. Adrian James, Justin Smith, Davey Collins, the Goblin King, 7883, PA to Florida 954. What's up? Foz Rotten, Born to be Rad, of course, is wanting to get Matt's shirt. He's wanting to take the shirt off your back, Matt. Cool Duder's mom is in here. No, that piece of shit can't stay with me even one night, Cool Duder's mom. I'm sure you're fine, but your son's a piece of trash.
He'll make another Amityville movie while he's staying there.
God. All right, so Terrifier 3, though, man, is kicking ass. It had like a $5 million budget, and it's already made like over $18 million at the U.S. box office. So it's the biggest success of any of the Terrifier movies to date. And this was crazy because we did the On the Road video, and I don't know how much we talked about in the On the Road video. The theater there was jam-packed. This is the most crowded theater that I've been in since COVID-19 and everything. Like, this is by far.
Yeah.
So just want to ask what you guys thought. And, this is basically a glorified independent release. what is Hollywood thinking tonight? Like all multi-million dollars and all this fucking Joker shit and all this other bullshit, and a little $5 million horror movie whipped all their asses this week.
It's like the biggest win for horror in a long time. Like think about it. When is the last time that a horror movie did? I mean, I know Talk to Me did pretty well, I think, but I'm talking not on this scale though. I think this is a huge win for horror, and I'm like so happy for it. I'll be totally honest with you. Like, I think I have similar opinions about the Terrifier series. Like the first one, I did not care for. I thought it was pretty just cheapo, kind of there. Like, you know, it's only 85 minutes or whatever, but it still was just like, I could totally do without it. And I was told I needed to watch the second one before part 3. And I hadn't seen part 2 up until Friday night. I watched it on Friday night. And I'll be totally honest with you, I wasn't all that crazy about part 2 either. Like, I think the runtime is what hurt it the most for me. If that movie was cut down by 40 minutes, I think it would have stuck with me a lot better. But and the great kill scenes, great gore, and Art the clown and that David guy, he's great as that actor. But as a whole, that movie, I don't really know if I could even give it a rating. I just thought, it's there. And so I went to see Terrifier 3 on Saturday, and to be totally honest with you, I was kind of like, I had that in the back of my mind, like I might not like this, because the first one I didn't care for at all. Second one, way better than the first one, but it didn't really stick with me all that much. I didn't hate it, but it's okay. And I am shocked at how much I like Terrifier 3 after that. And that, I think that I'm glad that I gave it a chance to go to see it in the theater, because, usually after a 1-2 punch of kind of being underwhelmed by a movie, I'd be like, why would I go see the third one? Right. But I had a fucking blast with the third one, man, in the theater. My theater wasn't jam packed, but it was pretty crowded. I mean, I think they had 4 or 5 screens playing Terrifier in my local theater at the Cinemark.
Damn.
And it was, I don't know, like I literally was going like, I might not like this, but I'm gonna just try and have an open mind. And I freaking loved it. That it's definitely gonna be one of my top films of the year. And I mean, I think CK mentioned this in you guys' review, that the Christmas atmosphere, I don't know why, it just did it for me. It clicked. I was like, this atmosphere just worked so well. They didn't do it in a too much of a hoaxy way that modern films do when they try to do like a Christmas atmosphere. It feels hallmarky kind of thing.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like that. It felt like a Christmas atmosphere. And I just fucking loved him in that Santa suit. Like I would have want to continue with the Christmas shit from for the fourth one, because his regular clown get up is fine, but just that juxtaposition of the dark evil clown look with the Santa Claus over top, just I liked it a lot, man. I didn't think it was too long. I thought it was like fine for 2 hours. I wasn't getting bored. I wasn't checking my watch like I was with the second one. And right. I didn't mind the story either. So like that, I don't know. I don't want to ramble on too long about it, but I just want to say I definitely liked it, man. And it's one that I would like to add to my collection for sure.
My question, did anybody walk out of the movie while you were there?
No.
I saw 2 people walk out of mine.
I had 4.
It looked like a younger couple.
Out.
See, that's crazy.
I had a couple. They looked like they were, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, and they were out by like, I think the scene that did it in is the scene I laughed the hardest at was when all the fucking kid opens that one present in the mall.
The present.
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't want to spoil it yet.
It just
too early.
Right.
Yeah.
It just, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but you guys know it just caught me off guard completely, and it was like literally a gut laughing moment. And
I laughed.
There was quite a few of those.
I did too.
The entire scene with Daniel Roebuck and
That seems to be a
what's
lot
his
of
name?
people's favorite scene.
Yeah,
in the
Clint
movie.
Howard.
Clint
Oh,
Howard,
dude.
yeah.
The shit. Not only just because of the scenario, but just the line, the humor, the lines they were saying, and the humor that was going on. It was fucking hilarious.
And what happens right towards the end of that scene too is great. I don't
Yeah,
wanna give it
yeah,
away, but
Clint
welcome,
Howard had
Stuntman
nice
Mark, by
lines.
the way. Welcome, Princess Puffins. She just showed up too.
What's up, guys?
Just think about this for a second. If somebody like 2 years ago was to tell you, yeah, a movie that's going to have a scene with Clint Howard and it not directed by Ron Howard is going to debut #1 at the theaters and make $18 million, you'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Same goes for
Right.
Jason Patrick. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I seen him in the theatrical
Right.
setting. Like,
The scene
And the
I
comedy
think
was
that-
great, man. The comedy worked so
yeah,
well.
Comedy was good.
Like I was laughing throughout the movie, like not even just like chuckle, but genuine laughs. And that just did it for me, man. I liked it.
I think I like 2 better still, even though I always said 2 goes way too long. I just thought 2 was kind of like, it was a different vibe, and the director Damien Leone said that 3 would be more of the vibe of 1, and it definitely is. It feels like it's more of that gritty death scene set piece after death scene set piece. Really, nothing too ambitious like the second one. He said the second one was like his Dream Warriors, and he wanted to, he didn't want to go too far to where he was making Freddy's Dead, so he kind of went back to the first. But I had a great time. The theater was having a great time. I haven't been to a theater that alive. And when I mean alive, I don't mean like a Marvel movie where everybody's just like clapping at the fucking, callbacks and fan service. Like genuine moments of just how insane everything was. The Chris Jericho scene, I'm not going to say what it was, but that felt great to watch.
I wish that happened to Chris Jericho for real.
We were both saying that during the movie. Like, that'd be awesome if that was real.
Yeah.
But the one that got me, and the one where, like, I think this was the scene where CK, like, turned to me and was like, is this movie rated R? Was where the one guy's up in the attic or whatever, and, like, he's getting killed while the chick is, I can't even really say what she's doing.
Taking some glass.
Look,
Yeah.
yeah, but,
Forgot
like,
about that. God
he-
damn.
He turns to me and he's like, ain't no fucking way this is rated R. It's like,
So-
no,
no, it's unrated.
it can't be.
You-
Is it?
You mentioned that. So we were there. It was me, my wife, and a buddy of ours. We went to see the movie, and within like the first 5-10 minutes or so, like the opening scene, there was apparently some little kids that came into the theater. I think the oldest was like 13. And they're sitting there, and all of a sudden I see one just like put her hands over her ears instantly. And then,
Man.
like, next thing you know, it gets better. Then their mom comes in, and she's just like, going on like, well, if you're going to get scared or whatever this, you need to go see A Nightmare Before Christmas with me and your sister, blah, 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 blah. She came back like 2 or 3 times during the whole movie, but it was that scene with the glass and the finger blasting, I guess the best way to put it. That was what basically made all 4 of them get up and leave.
That'll do it.
Brutal and badass.
What was killer about our theater too was there's this woman that was taking tickets, and we walked in like we were behind this family, and the kids looked like they were about between 8 to 10. There was 3 or 4 of them, and
But
there
they
was,
looked like they was ready to go and have a ball
Yeah.
too. There's
And then
there's this little fat kid that had a big thing of popcorn. Dude, like,
this woman that was tearing the tickets, like she looked at us, and she was just rolled her eyes, and she was like, "What the hell are these people doing?"
and I told her, I was like, "Hey, it's 2024. Can't say nothing."
Yeah.
I'll say that,
That's,
and maybe we can. I don't. Well, we can't really. I don't want to spoil any of the kills for anybody because it's still
Right.
just kind of opening weekend. But I think that one you just talked about with the glass was definitely a shocker. But none of them really got to me too much. Like I'll be honest. Like it just none of them shocked me that much, except the one. If I had to pick one, had to do with a glass tube and a rat.
Oh yeah,
That's the one that where I was
yeah.
like, well, the goddamn, goddamn. That
I
was
mean-
something, yeah.
I do
I'd have
agree.
said the chainsaw. The
I-
chainsaw bit. That's the one that got
Yeah.
The shower,
Yeah.
the whole shower scene too.
me. Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
Uncle Bill when you said, I don't think there was some great deaths, but I don't think any of them topped the bedroom scene in part 2, in my opinion.
No,
No,
I mean,
That's still the
because
Mm.
the first time I saw that, I was like, "What in the fuck?" Like, it completely like blew me away that somebody would do that. The way they did it, and then he runs back in, with the salt, and the bleach, and shit. It's just like, what in the fuck? And so, like, I didn't see anything that even like matched that. Even though that you could clearly tell they were going for that with that shower scene, but it's still, for some reason, there's something about that bedroom scene that's just like so like out there and cruel, and it's just, I don't think it'll be topped in any of these movies.
I would say, I think that the kills, in my opinion, I think some of the kills in this one were more violent, but maybe not as depraved as that one in the bedroom.
Yeah, it just went on for so, and then there's the callback to it where she comes back in, and
he doesn't do anything.
Skeleton
He
is
doesn't do
sitting there.
anything worse. I mean, in that, he's dumping salt on a wound, literally rubbing salt in the wounds. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't, there's maybe a few moments, but I mean, there's nothing of that level. But the kills in this are still great, and all of them have like a hilarious take to them. And that's
I think
the
that
thing about these serious movies. That's this humor. If you didn't have the humor, it'd just be like,
I think that the third movie for me, it flowed a lot better, and it was an
I agree.
easier. Because the second movie is 2.5 hours long or something, right? And this, I think the third one's right at 2 hours. So had they cut it down a little bit in the second one, maybe I would like the second one a little bit better. But I felt that one kind of dragged a little bit. It was a little bit too long. And
I told you though. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, and with this third one, it seems like even though it's got some graphic shit in it for sure. I don't know if anybody else would describe it as this, but I thought it was an easier watch, just because it flowed a lot, a lot better than that second movie.
I think the reason why I did like the second one so much is because it almost took on like a fantasy, approach to like the backstory for Art the Clown, to the point where I thought that there was going to be like this huge payoff where, you find out exactly what he is, or at least like what he's a part of, or why he keeps coming, in that way. And it took on like a battle between good and evil, almost of like epic proportions, with her wearing the Athena outfit and him, as the ultimate like evil. So that's what I kind of was like hoping that something would happen with that. Now, that being said, I'm afraid
none of that in this one.
Yeah, my fear of this series is that it just turns into fucking like Hatchet, and that's what I was telling you, CK. Is like it just becomes like everything is just a bunch of like really elaborate kills and shit like that, and it's like I don't really enjoy movies like that. If I'm being honest, like I don't anymore. Like just one kill after another kill after another kill. Because that's Hatchet. That's the same thing that fucking movie is. It has nothing else going for it except that. And that's why people liked it. So I don't want it to become like the Hatchet of modern times and shit like that. There has to be something that holds it together that actually makes it interesting, which I'm hoping is in 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. I mean, you got to start paying it off a little bit. I mean, I mentioned this the other night. You'd be like, he's giving us breadcrumbs. Like, he's not giving us the whole loaf yet. Like, he's dragging it out on purpose. But at least he does have an end goal, or at least he said. And you guys are talking about your theater experiences. Mine was not very great. I mean, there was like, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I'll put it that way. There was like 30 to 40% full, and nobody really reacted to anything the way that I thought they would. And like when it was over, people were clapping and applauding. So I don't know.
There wasn't a whole lot of reaction in our theater either. There was a guy that was like right in front of me that was fucking selling shit like he was fucking Dwayne Gill in 1993 when something would pop. Like he would just jump. And you kind of had to watch out because he was kind of a big fella too. So I hate that goddamn theater though. I wish to God we had another theater to go to see a movie in, but that's like the most uncomfortable fucking seats of all time, especially when there's a large audience in there and you kind of gotta
see. I've never seen a movie in the D box seats, but I was in a D box seat for this movie and it wasn't turned on. So I don't know if it's just not formatted for that, but I was pretty disappointed that it wasn't, doing its vibrating or whatever. I guess that's what they're supposed to do. I don't know if anyone else has seen a movie in that type of theater, but
I can't stand theater chairs, dude. Anytime I go to the movies, I always pay extra to sit in like the Dolby just for the chairs alone. Right?
Well,
God damn it. Theater chairs suck.
You ain't got no choice in this theater.
Fucking terrible, man. Like,
it's like, which seats would you prefer, the shitty ones or the shitty ones?
What do you guys usually have around you seating wise?
They got fold out chairs and camping chairs.
Bunch of assholes. What do you mean?
It's kind of like old school. It's kind of like old school theater chairs, but like they slightly recline. Yeah. So when somebody sits in front of you, your leg room like goes back about 4 inches or whatever.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's over like 5'10", that's not going to be a pleasant experience for you. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess beggars can't be choosers. It's fucking Eastern Kentucky, but I am glad that they got this movie in a theater here, which they do seem to do a lot for genre movies, so I'll put them over in that respect. But if it's going to be a packed audience, yeah, it's not a comfortable experience for sure.
Do you think we're going back though to like 2005, like we get back to like Hostel, like to that era where like all that stuff? I mean,
I hope not.
Well, Hostel's coming back with Paul Giamatti.
That's right. That's right. The TV show. Yeah.
I can't even fucking imagine that. Jesus Christ.
If this movie is like number one and everybody, last movie made a fortune too, based on the budget. It seems to me like there's going to have to be like a bunch of copycat movies soon. And we're going to be back in like 2005, 2006, where like everything was like gore oriented pretty much. Like
it's going to be the return of Lionsgate. Lionsgate's finally making their long-awaited return.
Yeah.
Lionsgate becomes the new A24.
Screenbox is the new Lionsgate.
What I'm afraid of, though, is they see what is the company, Screenbox, Bloody Disgusting, whoever it is. They see the success that they're having is, we'll start a new line for you under Universal Pictures or whatever, and then they'll start getting their Hollywood stank all over, the Terrifier movies. You guys think?
Can I just say? Yeah. I just want to say though, as an aside, after 14 years, I think it's great that DEADPIT finally supports unrated horror, like Adam Green's Hatchet 2.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to put that up as our.
Wasn't Bloody Disgusting behind that campaign, and then, ironically enough, after all these years, they finally got that unrated horror.
It was either Bloody Disgusting or Dread Central, one or the other.
I think it was Bloody Disgusting.
Support unrated horror. I forgot all about that. What a fucking bunch of bullshit that whole thing was. Yeah.
That was like, you guys cut a promo on that. That was great. Because it was support unrated horror in capital letters and in tiny parentheses, like Adam Green's Hatchet 2.
Adam Green's Hatchet 2, boys. Let's support it, even though it's a base drug.
So how much did Terrifier 3 gross altogether? Like, how much did it beat Joker by?
Oh, that's a good question. I was looking at that earlier, actually.
Let me go back and look here. It says, let's see.
There's no doubt going to be copycats. Like, there's no doubt that all these studios are going to look at the metrics of success and fucking try to rip it off.
It's saying the Joker made a little over $7 million and Terrifier 3 is $18.3 million.
Dude, that's horrible for the Joker. Holy
that's what I was thinking. Like,
that
surprises me more, yeah, that they made that move.
Yeah, the Joker was barely number 2. Let's see. What was the budget on Joker? I wonder if it says that on here.
I'll bet it was something inside. Is that Rambo was talking about?
I think it was 200 million. 200 million, I think.
That sounds about right. Oh, my God.
I mean, that's huge.
No, I'll take that back. Actually, the Joker was number 3. The Wild Robot was number 2 with 13.4 million. Whatever the hell the Wild
Where was Megalopolis at? Where was Megalopolis?
It probably didn't even chart.
Megalopolis is 17. Made 230,000.
I mean, it's absolutely huge though, because think about the Terrifier beat Joker, and we know that Joker 2 is a shitty movie, but we know how much the general public likes shitty movies though, and it's the Joker. You know, Terrifier is not on the same level.
Yeah, the first Joker movie broke records, right? It was like
it's like $1 billion movie. Yeah.
So for Terrifier 3, to this insanely gory, unrated, just insane horror film to beat something with, you know, the kind of the name of Joker is fucking huge.
I think that it had like a lot going against it though before it even came out. Like the reviews were awful and people were shitting all over it. And they knew, and when people found out it was a musical, they were just kind of like, that was the biggest mistake they made. I think it probably could have done okay, but like nobody wants to go see a musical. Nobody.
Courtroom drama.
Not only that, but Todd Phillips made a movie that the sole purpose was centered around what like the discourse 10% of the movie going population were having online and being like, fuck you to all, you know, all those kind of people. But when you do that, you make a movie that's saying fuck you to the other 90% of the people that just go to the movie to see, oh, that's a good movie, The Joker. So it was like, it was just, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking unless he was trying to sabotage it. Like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 or Freddy Got Fingered or something like that.
That's what I was saying. Like that has to be the only thing that makes any sense at this point.
Alan Jackson is in the chat. Yes, Bronson Right Wolf. He wants you to sing a song, Alan. Can you sing us a little something?
Oh shit.
No.
Fuck the Joker. Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee. Sing us a little Chattahoochee. It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Where were you when they built that ladder to heaven?
So
I kind of like Alan Jackson, to be honest with you.
I like Alan Jackson. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Way down yonder in the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. Who the fuck could like hate on a lyric like that? And who could hate on a film by the name of Cruel Peter?
You bought that? Oh my god!
I knew you had to buy that.
When you posted that in the Discord, I nearly shit myself. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I
told Uncle Bill we've got to do a review of Cruel Peter.
Absolutely.
It's got to happen. Yeah, it's got to happen. I saw that and I was like, ain't no fucking way. I'm glad it's $2.99, but if it was $22.99, I probably would have bought it too.
Is that a Dollar Tree exclusive?
It was in Big Lots. Yeah.
Well, Big Lots is on their way out, so they're probably trying.
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't they going out of business?
It was $2.99, and they had like 20% off. It was one of them that was going out of business. The ones here in Eastern Kentucky aren't going out of business though, because people love Big Lots in Eastern Kentucky.
The cruelest Peter of them all. That's not the tagline.
Cruel.
The sequel,
Black Peter to Cruel Peter.
Yeah, the sequel.
Rambo's he's gonna do a review of Cruel Peter as well.
Yep. Somebody's gonna make it probably.
The sequel is Cruel Johnson.
How about Cruel Peter versus Killer Condom? That would be the sequel.
Yeah.
I got another one. They had another one that I didn't show.
Did nobody in the course of making that movie? Did nobody in the course of making that movie say to themselves, "Why are we calling this Cruel Peter?" No, it never dawned on anybody.
No.
Well, the other one though is The Curse of Humpty Dumpty. For $2.99. I'm glaring all the way. There you go. Yeah.
Did you guys see the Steam? Hey, speaking of that, they actually had the trailer for the Steamboat Willie slasher in my theater.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They did with us too. Yeah.
And the audio was like considerably lower in my theater than all the other trailer. You could barely fucking hear it. But yeah, I was amazed.
The monkey, the trailer for the monkey, I thought I kind of do want to see that. That's Oz Perkins.
Oh, is that the one that's like everybody dies and that's fucked up or something like that as a tagline?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see it too.
One of the stars is Rowan Campbell from Halloween Ends, so.
I won't be seeing it now.
Jesus Christ!
Obviously, I don't give a shit. I'll
that
watch
asshole. How did he get a film?
Apparently, it's a Stephen King story. Beats me. I didn't know.
So was Dreamcatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it!
I was golden.
I was gonna say.
That don't mean
I was gonna say so was Cell.
No, but that trailer looks pretty funny. I remember the scene where like a woman was running with a baby carriage, and the baby carriage was on fire. So it had me laughing. I was like, okay, you're kind of getting me on this trailer now.
Yeah. Have any of y'all seen The Substance yet? I know it's available to rent for like $20.
I got
it's on streaming, but it's like $20 to rent. I was thinking about biting a bullet.
Everybody I've talked to that's seen it says it's amazing. Like I haven't talked to a single person that didn't like it. So
yeah,
it was actually in theaters in Pikeville, but for only 2 days, and they took it off. So I don't know if nobody bought a ticket to it or what, but it was
same here.
I was so pissed about that, man. Like 2 days, like a Tuesday and a Wednesday or something. Like final show on Wednesday. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Like 4 shows all together.
Well, now that you can rent it on streaming, I'm sure you'll be able to get it for free in other places. You know
where?
So that's true. Down in West Virginia. That's where.
Oh, somebody at the flea market probably have it.
Probably.
Yep. I did see it.
DVD, baby.
I did see a 10 of DVDs that were kind of like that earlier today.
I do want to see that movie, The Substance, though. I don't want to hype it up in my head too much because of all the, it's getting all this hype. But
yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen a trailer, so I kind of want to keep it that way.
Oh, you should. The trailer I seen was like very, very vague and like kind of weird, but like a trailer should be. It was almost like a teaser. So I don't know that much about it other than what but from what I've heard, and I'm a sucker for body horror. Everybody's putting it over big time. I know it's pretty long, but I mean, if it's a good movie, I don't give a shit how long it is.
So, it's pretty much an open topic the other night. If you guys have anything in particular, I know we talked about Terrifier 3. And when I saw the crowd in Pikeville, I pretty much was like, okay, this is going to make a fucking ton of money. If it's full here, right? So I'm not too surprised. I think it's great news though for the horror genre. Say what you want to if you like the movies, hate the movies, or whatever else. It's an independent movie that kicked ass this weekend.
I mean, isn't that, at least this is what Bloody Disgusting said, that would be the highest grossing unrated movie of all time, right? I mean, there's not really many unrated movies that get in the theaters.
It would have to be. Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
Mark's speaking extra soft because he's in a new location, right, Mark? And it sounds like you're in an empty warehouse or something there. Where the hell did you move to?
Germany.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
What part?
No more import foods.
You big holler and say, USA! Tough guy.
Undisclosed.
He was tired of paying those
location.
extra shipping costs on all those Blu-rays and 4K.
That's right.
So
Yeah. Move to the motherland.
I swear to God, it was, what was it, last night whenever you guys were doing the 90s show? And I think it was that show last night. And Mark, like you rolled your chair back to the shelf in the back, and it was like you were rolling for like 5 minutes to get back to that. I was like, how?
Yeah, I wish I had that much room.
Yeah.
Ryan has actually been in this room. He can vouch. I don't have any room at all.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, CK. It's really small. It doesn't look like it though.
Very small. Literally, movies are everywhere, even in his damn closet.
I've got bags and bags of movies everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, you were supposed to be fronting the whole movement of putting your movies in bags, weren't you?
I did.
He really did. He's got it.
Yeah.
Like bags for
fucking- No,
like
especially
pillows
made
in.
It's a boombox,
duffel
man.
bags. Yeah.
No, it looked like
Especially
one of
made
those
bags for
bags.
DVDs. Though.
It looked like something my Nana would put her curling irons in.
CK, you got to knock that wall down like Uncle
Oh
Bill.
fuck!
Just do it, man. Just knock it
Well,
down.
Uncle Bill still hasn't knocked his wall down either, though.
That's true.
Oh,
He said he was going to, never did.
That's right. He's still working on that birdhouse or whatever.
Goddamn! I'm sorry, but the curling iron thing.
It's the same material as like a makeup case or something, though. It really is like the plastic and shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have anything else, I know we're going to try to do some horror movie picks for Halloween 2024 as well. If anybody has anything, we'll talk about that. But open topic all night, just whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah, dude. Definitely got some Halloween picks.
Go for it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not running the show.
All right.
Is that what we're doing?
No, I've been whatever y'all want, but I just got a few down that I had watched so far. I kind of spread it out a little bit, but I'd say like as far as Halloween picks, I'd say anything by Fulci I've been watching recently. Like I haven't seen Don't Torture a Duckling in forever. That's good, but mostly like City of the Living Dead and the Beyond. I know people talk about it like a million times, but those movies really do set the atmosphere for like spooky Halloween type shit. But I've been trying to look for stuff that takes place during like Halloween, like that really is like that orange and black aesthetic, if you will. So if you guys got any suggestions, I'm all down because I'm always trying to find new shit.
Well, I found one at the
Halloween, I think.
I found one at the Goodwill the other day.
That's
I can't say I recommend it, but I want to watch it for the first time. It's from the year 2000, so I don't know if that tells you anything, but it's kind of like, I think it's loosely based on the Curse of Sleepy Hollow. It's called Sleepy Hollow High, boys. Anybody seen that one? So this one's got some Halloween.
It's like a sitcom that was on the CW network.
Sleepy Hollow High.
Sleepy Hollow
It's from
High.
Sterling Entertainment. And it says, terror graduates when 5 delinquent classmates must perform a community service at Sleepy Hollow Park grounds, a place notorious for vandalism and many unsolved disappearances. As the afternoon unfolds, the students begin to realize that someone is taking the legend of Sleepy Hollow one step too far. And people start getting killed and killed violently in Sleepy Hollow High from Sterling Entertainment. I'm sure it's a piece of shit, but I haven't watched it. It's one that I've kept in the to watch pile for Halloween, so I may watch it sometime, probably before Halloween. I don't think I'll take the risk of playing this piece of shit on Halloween night because it's probably not going to be very good.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Let me tell you something too, because I remember this. Like I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. I had picked up, I think it was Hellraiser Judgment. I think it was the last Hellraiser movie. Right?
What the hell?
Oh my god!
And Brian Andrew Pietrowski, Metal Man, that fucking piece of shit. He was like, "Oh man, that's killer. That's fucking like one of the best." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I'll save it. It's always cool to watch a Hellraiser movie on Halloween, right?" That was the last movie we watched on Halloween. It was the biggest fucking piece of shit. Awful. Melatonin on disc, man. I don't know how anybody can enjoy that shit.
Was that the fat?
Is that the one with the knockoff
the fat
pinhead like that?
Yes.
Well, I think that the fat pinhead guy was Revelation, I think, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Revelation.
Oh, I want to tell you something apart.
I love those generic subtitles. Like, what's it? Revelations, Retribution, Resurrection, Judgment. If that's in any of the title of any movie, you know it's going to be a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if you find out Metal Man like trolled you, kind of like how Stallone got Arnold to do. I mean, Arnold got Stallone to do Stop and Mumble Shoot. It's like
possible.
everyone say it's good, so in case the suckers go watch for Halloween.
I don't know if I would give him that much credit, though. If you've ever met him, you would understand.
No, he's probably just pissed drunk and thought it was killer when he watched it. That's more likely.
I believe it.
Is he still mad at you guys for making fun of that Pantera cover band or whatever?
I think so. We don't ever hear from him.
I've lost track, man. I'm at that point in my life where I don't really give a fuck if people like me or not. Sometimes, especially
That's like
over something as that fucking stupid. Like Jesus Christ.
Trust me, it's a great place to be in that place. Trust me, I know. Just stop giving a fuck.
Right.
oh god.
That's the best way to be, man. Really, because sometimes it's over the stupidest shit. Jeez.
Yeah.
I picked up this one, and I'm trying to like trying to mix in shit that I haven't seen with like classics. Like I just watched Carrie the other day, and I hadn't seen that film in over a decade at least, and I just forgot how fucking amazing Carrie is. Just, it's like pretty much the perfect movie to me. Like just how fucking bad I felt for her character in this movie. Just, it's Brian De Palma, which is, we don't need to talk. Everyone knows how good Brian De Palma is, but like, man, that fucking movie just the tone from the very title sequence is like, I was like, man, I forgot how heavy hitting this movie really is. But I loved that one. But this is like one that I picked up from the Kino sale, and I don't know if these are necessarily going to be. I guess they'd be good for spooky season or whatever. But it's this double feature 4K of Sudden Terror and Soon the Darkness. I don't know if any of you have seen these.
And Soon the Darkness is supposed to be like a underrated, like I've heard people say it's very underrated, like a British horror movie, right? Like old, like 70s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
heard that one is pretty good, but I don't think that I've seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
Okay, cool. Because they're both from they're both from 1970, and they're both they may both be British films as well. But it's a 4K double feature, so this was on their last sale.
Don't look at it too long.
Did he freeze up?
I think he froze up.
I was like, he's really interested in that.
You froze
up for a second, man.
You froze up like this.
Like, you looked like you were
into reading that.
Damn, Wolfie's studying the shit out of that movie.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's something with this new laptop then, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to checking these out. I think they looked cool to me.
Sweet. What about you guys? You got anything new that you're kind of saving for Halloween night to watch or anything?
I'm going to watch Martyrs for the first time.
You've never seen Martyrs?
What the hell?
No. I movies like that, I'm always got to be in a certain mood to watch. Like, and you know, I didn't burn through like Salo and August Underground and shit like that. I just kind of here and there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check these out. And French movies usually don't do it for me anyway, so.
Holy shit. That's a great idea, though, Carter. Somebody should like watch all of the August Underground movies on Halloween. You'd be fucking insane by the time that night was over with.
Yeah.
Well, they're in a big box set now. You can, if somebody wants to get them in HD, go for it. They're on Blu-ray.
I've actually got August Underground pendants coming soon. Ordered that one recently.
Rambo's a huge fan of August Underground.
Oh yeah, I love when the I think the moral line was sniff his ass about 5 times, he said. So I love that.
Sniff his ass, stupid.
I'll tell you though, I would highly recommend anybody request Rambo to check out some of the vomit gore movies from Lucifer Valentine. I think those would be good ones. That'd be a good series of Halloween reviews.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Please.
Yeah, I think Black Metal Veins would that be a good one too? Black Metal Veins.
I did get done watching the request Seinfeld, the Triple X parody. So I did watch that. Where the beginning is like they try to do the stand-up of Seinfeld, but the dialogue is like, man, you know, with pornography, why does it say ography? It's a study. You study your dick when you do it. It should be called dickography. That's how it starts.
Does it have like the bass line and everything?
Instead of the soup Nazi, it does have the porn Nazi, and he does have the mustache. He's like, no porn for you. That's a running joke where Elaine tries to keep renting porn, and he keeps saying, no porn for you.
Dude, Rambo, your review of Megalopolis was like one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. 'Cause I have no interest in seeing that movie, but I'm just so into like what was he thinking, all the backlash and everything, and then Rambo's just going through. You're like going through lines, dialogue spoken of the movie, and you're.
All I have to
It was
do is
like
say
I'm the queen of. Something about oral. What was it?
You're right. I forget what the so stupid. It was all I have to do is say what the hell.
He short circuited his brain.
He's trying to erase all that shit from his memory.
Yeah.
It was
You bring it back.
The queen of anal.
No,
the
your
queen of
anal
oral.
is hell, Caesar,
Yeah,
but I'm
that's what it
oral
was.
as hell.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm oral as hell. It's gonna be on a t-shirt. Boy.
That's Francis Ford Coppola for you.
That's
Well, me and Uncle Bill had an
$125 million
idea.
dialogue.
Oh shit.
You know how all these studios are doing like these fan-funded campaigns on like GoFundMe and all this shit?
Oh god, yeah.
What about In Search for Anal? The history of history of anal on TV or video.
I want to.
You get a copy for $80.
In Search, 4-hour documentary about anal. For,
You have to have the price set at $69.
You could have Dead Meat start every one of his videos with an ad read being like, "Hey guys, donate to In Search of Anal.
This is gonna be great."
Hey guys.
You know, I mean,
Cool dude. The Amityville Anal.
Amityville
anal. Yeah.
Cool dude.
Oh shit.
Jackson Jack was asking about this. I did have this in the pile to watch. Yeah, my grandpa's a vampire for Halloween. Oddly enough, I don't know if he's psychic or what, but
I do have a question though. How many of y'all are going to be watching Kung Fu Rascals on Halloween? Because that's one of the ones I'm going to be watching. You ain't seen Kung Fu Rascals, boys. You missed.
Got to show some love for Kung Fu Rascals on Blu-ray.
Who put that out?
Who did put it out? Visual Vengeance and everyone's favorite label, Wild Eye Releasing.
I was going to say, it's even got a slip.
AKA Stink Eye Release.
Yep.
Pink Eye Release. No, I've never heard of that one.
It's from the 90s, I think, isn't it? What year was that? It's like a 90s kids movie almost, I think.
What in the fuck? You open it up, it's got like stickers in it.
Yeah, they do that with all their stuff.
Yep.
It's got an official comic book adaptation of Kung Fu Rascals too, so that's nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, what were you thinking when you purchased that? Like, are you a fan of that, or
I didn't purchase this, man.
Oh, really?
No,
really? Okay.
no.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say,
What was I thinking?
I was getting worried.
I'm not entirely sure what I would have been thinking had I.
Let me tell you
purchased it.
something, baby. Everybody's got to have Kung Fu Rascals in their Blu-ray Death Collection, if you will. So don't be judgmental of that.
We can get fucking Kung Fu Rascals on Blu-ray with a slipcover and stickers, and we can't get that fucking Christmas movie Elves. What is happening?
I think the material's lost forever.
I don't care. Put it out.
Put
You don't give a fuck about any of the.
that just stay on VHS for all I care.
No.
You ain't gonna talk about elves on here, Rambo. You can
I don't stand for elves.
There's way too much.
You got Rumpelstiltskin's coming out in
Haggerty
4K though, Matt. You excited about that?
I pre-ordered it. I like
Matt
that
just
movie.
doesn't like Marlboro. That's all.
Jackson said, "What about Anal Rascals?"
Like
That'll be the Skinamax documentary.
I would almost guarantee you there's a movie called that already.
Rascals.
Please do not Google Anal Rascals.
No, you will regret that.
Not without a VPN.
That movie already exists. I guarantee it was made like in the 80s, probably.
You'll see that in Big Lots next, right before they close, like the day before they close. Cruel Peter and Anal Rascals double feature.
All right, I knew this question would come up, so we might as well talk about it. It is Halloween season. Jason Byers official.
Yeah.
And no
I was thinking the same thing.
Just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing else I can say about it, man. It's clearly not coming out, so
it's not our fault.
I mean, there's been a lot of hearsay. He said, she said, or whatever else, but there's been nothing official mentioned from anybody. Right.
What happened with someone went to a screening that said it was going to be the 4K, but then they said it was a really bad version of the film shown? Was that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's reported, or was
I'm
that?
not sure. I haven't heard. I do know that one of those streaming services had the 4K transfer of it last year.
Yeah, Screenbox.
So that's kind of odd that they didn't have a print or a digital version of it in 4K this year, since that was a year ago.
They could.
I don't know what the story was with it, but I don't know if they were just saying, because why wouldn't they show the 4K transfer? You know what I mean? So
that's what I was thinking. I mean, it could have just been somebody that was just didn't like the transfer of the film, or was being a dick, or who knows. Like, I mean, but it's hard for me to believe that they would go in there and not play the 4K for whatever reason and think people wouldn't notice. Like, that'd be kind of stupid.
Well, I mean, dumber things have happened.
Yeah, if they put the VHS tape of it on, just like, here, watch this shit. I mean,
but he did say someone asked Don May, and he was really pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed about. Yeah, I think that he asked him about it coming out in general, and he's pissed about it not coming out.
I mean, I've talked to people behind the scenes and stuff, and like everything that's come out's accurate. Like, I can tell you that. As far as Felcher goes, I haven't talked to Felcher. We haven't talked to him since.
Nobody has heard from. I don't know anybody that's heard from Felcher
since we had him on the show. That was the last.
He's gone into hiding.
I mean, seriously, man, it wouldn't surprise me because, like, it's not a good situation.
Maybe he found Rob Bottin. I don't know.
What I think sucks though is honestly like the trick or treat thing is not Synapse. I mean, they're the ones kind of distributing it, but the reason that it's not out is not a damn thing to do with them. I can't say that.
Mm-hmm. Why were people blaming them, or?
I just think people think it's like a Synapse release.
Yeah,
I think he really wanted to head that off before it even started to happen too. Like, he didn't want anybody thinking it was like Synapse doing it.
Because they've been, with some of their stuff in the past, the Kindred and Suspiria and all those that took for hell and ever for valid reasons. I mean, who knows what the reason is with Trick or Treat? I don't know.
Only thing I heard was
better
like,
luck next year.
Extras is all I heard. Like, there was something in the extras that I guess they were finishing up.
I mean, hell, is he at least doing okay? I mean, that's a little concerning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, who knows? We haven't heard anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, though, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, it's been going on so long that, like, it'll just be out whenever it's out. Like, I don't
give the man a break.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we were kind of having fun with him there for a while. I mean, at this point in time, it's like beating a dead horse. Like, so I'm not really gonna.
Right.
There's no point in bringing it up all the time. It'll be out. I'm sure it'll be killer when it comes out, but I mean, until then, we just gotta wait.
Wasn't there a rumor that it would be out at like Black Friday? That was a rumor I'd heard, but I don't know how substantial that is.
Yeah, I mean,
it would make sense.
We'll see.
Well, I'm wondering, whenever it's announced, how far do you think that would be from the release? Would it be at least 3 months or less, a month? Like, I don't know what the usual time is from announcing it to release.
Usually like a month or two on average is what I've noticed with releases.
So maybe a Halloween announcement, maybe for November.
Possibly,
maybe.
Or maybe that's too soon.
Maybe.
The pre-orders will be open Black Friday, maybe, but they won't ship until next Halloween, something like that.
Yeah.
Those deals.
The mayor said Felcher made a post the other day on Facebook looking for a cameraman or somebody along the same line. It's probably not for that though. That could be for anything that he's doing.
Yeah, he's working on a lot of stuff for Lionsgate as well, like the Kickboxer 4K. They announced it, and he had mentioned that many months ago, and I know that was one he was working on. And Lionsgate, they're not doing a lot this year with the Vestron stuff, but there are a couple of titles in the works that I had heard about.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Let me bring this up. This is another one that I got that I want to watch for October for Halloween, and Uncle Bill inspired me to get this one, and he doesn't know it yet, but he did. It's the Abominable Dr. Phoebes double feature from Kino. I have never seen either of these, so I
Those are
think you
great.
said you hadn't seen them either.
Well, I tell you this, the thing that inspired me to get that was that fucking series on AMC right now, that where they're going through like, it's kind of like the old Bravo series where they have like a different category each week and they go through like a bunch of different films, and that was one of the films that they showcased.
Yeah,
and
man,
they showed some of the
right.
scenes from it, and I was like, yeah, I want to get that.
Absolutely. I checked out like a little bits of a trailer or something on YouTube, and I was like, man, why have I never seen this?
Yeah,
like it looks killer just from some quick clip. It's from 71, so that seems right up my alley, man. I'm a huge fan of those older Vincent Price films, especially like the Poe stuff, the Fall of the House of Usher and the Pit and the Pendulum. I've loved those ones since I was like middle school age. Just that's some of the coolest shit, and like Witchfinder General and stuff. I love those types of movies.
Yeah, if you like the Poe ones, you definitely will like Vibes. For sure.
The first one, at least.
Yeah,
I don't
the second
remember
one. The second one's a little goofy, but it's still fun. But I like the first one, of course, better. And I think the second one takes place like in Egypt.
Yeah. They look cool though.
It's weird that you brought that up, Bradley, because that's actually fucking one of the films that I had over here picked. Is After Midnight.
After Midnight.
That's a fun one.
Which is a really, really
That an anthology
weird
movie.
Yeah, it's a campy kind of like anthology movie about like this. I guess they're like a psychology class or something like that that undertakes this experiment with this professor, and like it's an experiment on fear, and so they end up going into this old house, and it's just a bunch of different stories after that, like anthology stories, and it's actually really killer. So it's up there with shit like Nightmares and stuff like that to me in the anthology department. So that's one that I had pegged to watch too.
I don't think I have that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to grab that one, CK. It's got
Scott
some fun
Baio says he
Damn,
paid $500 for a Midnight
Jeez.
Hour DVD on eBay yesterday. He's so stoked. What is Scott Baio? I mean, he can afford it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
legendary.
The hell ever happened to Scott Baio anyway?
Isn't he making like Christian movies or something now? I think.
Figures.
I'm sorry, but this comment right here, it's just out of nowhere.
He's
This
right.
has got to be one of the best chats ever. It's just random shit like that.
Yeah, we've got over 140 people in here. So definitely
Nice.
thank you guys for checking us out live and everything. And another one that I picked up because, man, like a lot of people brag this movie up something fierce all the time. And I've seen it, but it's one of those movies that I saw it and I was like, hey, it's okay. The DVDs, I can sell the DVD for like $80. Let's sell the DVD. I don't need it. And that was probably a good 15 years ago, and it's still never come out again. So I picked up like a bootleg version of Fright Night 2 to watch sometime this month. And
Nice.
revisit because, it's okay. But
I keep waiting, man. I'm like, waiting on somebody to put out a version of it that I can actually watch. That's legitimate. And I just don't think it's ever going to happen. So, yeah.
yeah.
I would love to see it again.
SloppySecondSales.com. You can get it pretty damn cheap from there, like a bootleg version or whatever.
It's got some really solid practical effects. It's totally worth another watch.
It's called Sloppy Seconds.
I think
Yep.
so. Yeah.
I mean, its name is pretty accurate. It's just like
I was wondering what other kind of films are on there.
Anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Basically, like their thing is they do like a lot of like Netflix exclusive stuff and put it out on Blu-ray and stuff that's not, not been released officially. But they also have a lot of obscure movies as well, and not only Blu-ray but DVD too.
Sloppy Seconds. Okay, I'll check that out. Good prices.
Yeah, they're fairly cheap from what I can remember. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, CK, didn't you somehow say or promise that you were going to do a Halloween Town review for me?
I don't own a copy of it. I don't know where I can watch it.
I do. You want me to bring you a copy?
But
you gotta
honestly, I'm dead
Halloween
serious.
Town 2. Calabar's Revenge. Is
Yeah,
even
that's
better.
what's that.
Calabar's
I think-
Revenge.
At least the first.
Calabar's Revenge.
I
How
don't
long
remember-
is it?
Oh, it's probably
3.5 hours. It's an epic.
Like The Godfather. Yeah.
Well, Halloween Town, the first one's a TV movie, so it's probably like 90 minutes, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I
90
mean,
minutes.
but I just can't remember if I donated something. This was like last year. I was like right after Halloween or something, and then you're like, all right, I'll do maybe next time, and then like I just randomly thought about that. But I genuinely, I'm not even fucking around. I like Halloween Town. Like
All right.
I do too.
So
I'm not kidding.
Here's the deal. Here's what we'll
I enjoy
do.
that movie.
We got a new
The
review
first
show
two are
that
great.
we got a new review show that we're kicking off tomorrow, called Dead Pit is Watching. Right. So if Uncle Bill will review on a future episode Cruel Peter,
Yes, you got to do it.
I'll review Halloween Town with
Holy
you.
shit!
How's that?
Wait, a Cruel Peter Halloween Town
double
like back-to-back review. Yeah, double feature.
I feel like we got to do that now. Yeah.
honestly, I feel like it would do pretty well because people will be like, "What the
Cruel
fuck is this?" I'm
Peter.
gonna click on
We're
that.
taking a look at some Cruel Peter balls.
Hey, yeah. Tonight we're looking at Cruel Peter.
I think Cruel Peter is on Amazon for free, by the way. You want to check it out.
I think you go. Jesus Christ.
Now I'll watch Cruel Peter, and if you'll watch Halloween Town, and both of you guys do it on that review show.
Sure.
That's some
Both
Cruel
of them.
Peter right there.
I'm interested in seeing what kind of movie Cruel Peter would be, to be honest with you. Maybe I don't want to know, but
He's going to be some sadistic, twisted guy. I guarantee it.
Cruel Peter's got to be like a ripoff of The Boy. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if we could pull up a trailer and watch it or something. Because have you
Uncle
seen
Bill
a trailer?
could do that, yeah.
Oh, you mean
See if we
Sci-Fi
can-
Channel.
real? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sci-Fi Channel original movie: Cruel Jaws versus Cruel Peter. Write it down. Asylum. Let's do it.
Looks like
say
Cruel
no to
Peter
that,
is
man.
it's available to watch for free on Tubi. So there you go.
Hell
I
yeah.
just kind of want to see the trailer.
Cruel Peter, brother.
Yes, I'd guess it's like some kind of he's like a serial killer or something. Or
Wait,
something
is
along-
it
he's a cruel
2020?
Yeah, it's a recent movie, like 2019, 2020, something like that.
It actually
Right.
does have a trailer. Hold on a second. Let me just see if I
guy. Oh, you go. Can you play it on here?
Oh god.
That's a
should be
good
able
question. Can we play
Yeah.
it on?
Is
I mean,
Cruel
God.
Peter going to?
This
should
is a
be
real
okay.
fucking. This is fucking hilarious, man.
I
This
mean-
is. Hold on. It looks exactly like what you'd think it looked like. Too.
I don't know
Cruel
what I
Peter.
think it looks like.
Hold on.
Shot on iPhone.
Yeah, I mean it looks really, really shitty.
It's gonna be
All right,
great.
let's see.
Here, you got some free content for you. Now you get the Cruel Peter trailer reaction
Looks like a-
video.
Looks like a
Here
Neil
we
Breen
go.
movie.
Let's get ready to watch some Cruel Peter.
Oh joy.
You ain't ready for the Cruel Peter.
Nobody is.
Nothing can compare
Here you
for
go.
the world of Cruel Peter.
Here we go. Hold on. Get ready for the jump scare out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Subscribe to Joe Blow.
Joe Blow had that out.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
If
That was
you
a
ain't down
doozy.
with Cruel Peter, I don't know what to tell you.
Have fun with that one.
That's going to be
Touched
great.
by
Some
Peter.
Cruel Peter.
Touched by a Peter. She's been touched by a
I
Peter.
guarantee you, Halloween Town's the better movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say
It looks like Gone with the Wind compared to Cruel Peter.
But does it have the better artwork? Though?
That does look just generic enough to make me like it.
Cruel Peter's loose. That's
Do you remember those DVDs that weren't even good enough to make it into a Walmart? They made it into the grocery stores next to the wooden spoons and fucking aluminum, pans and shit. It'd be in like a random bin. You'd find some Gamera movie or something that looked like Cruel Peter.
Yeah, Rite Aid, Dollar General,
Yeah.
CVS.
Now you need to change your song. It's a Cruel Peter.
Oh,
There we go.
Cruel Peter, now you're gone.
I think the world where would get over Cruel Peter.
We can look forward to some Cruel Peter then, and Halloween Town, of course.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well,
I'll suffer through Halloween Town.
I don't think
The
you
funniest
will, man.
shows you guys.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna
No, I
say.
was just gonna say the funniest shows you guys do are when you're making watching shit like that.
Yeah,
Horrible shit. I'm not talking about Halloween Town. Halloween Town's great.
Yep. I mean, I think Cruel Peter will be the one that we make fun of the most, but I could be wrong.
And we also have the Curse of Humpty Dumpty that we can do down the line at some point too.
You got to say this about Halloween Town. It is, if you like that '90s aesthetic, no matter what, the movie's going to take you back. It's as that '90s made for TV kids movie,
And it does have the Halloween vibe. Like, I know it's called Halloween Town, obviously, but it gets that Halloween vibe, like when you were a kid, kind of thing. Like,
isn't it like a cartoon or something? Or no?
No.
It's that.
But
no, yeah. I mean,
I put it up
both
there.
movies.
I put it up there with Worst Witch. I think it's got the same kind of tone. I mean, it's clearly a kids movie, but it's enjoyable to watch. And it does really have a good Halloween vibe to it, but it's not made for adult. Let's be clear. It's not an adult. No.
No, yeah. But yeah, that's what do you mean? You wouldn't do a double feature of I don't know, Midsummer and Halloween Town?
I mean, I would, but I think that'd be awesome. Could do Martyrs. Do Martyrs and Halloween Town.
You know what? I might do it. Get Martyrs out of the way first, and then Halloween Town immediately afterwards.
Here's what you should
That's
do:
a
Martyrs,
180
and
right
then,
there. Jesus.
Yeah, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Just be
Debbie
Calabar's
Reynolds is in Halloween
Revenge.
Town? Are you kidding me?
No, seriously.
Look at Debbie Reynolds.
What's wrong with Debbie Reynolds?
He's got an issue with Debbie
What's right
Reynolds.
with her?
I don't know.
She's got X-Pac heat.
Debbie Reynolds.
She's got Chris Jericho heat with me.
What
No.
else?
When I saw him fucking pop up in Terrifier 3, at first I was like, God damn it! But then what happens? It was worth it. It was
at
worth
least
it.
he's done for in that series now for sure. So
Well, that's good.
Did you, remember when he was on some cruise with his gut hanging out like he's the fucking Trailer Park Boys, and he's
he
singing-
described his life for
singing
the
the
past
wi-
3 years.
Yeah.
His gut
He
hanging
was
out.
doing a cover that what's that song, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, you know that song? It's horrible, and he's embarrassing himself. Everybody around's not paying attention to him. It's like, God damn, this guy's what a fall from grace.
He's a walk-in midlife crisis. He should just.
That's a great way to describe that right now. Yeah.
He's Kevin Smith in wrestler form. It's the same thing. Where it's the
I
same
was gonna say-
midlife
I was
crisis.
going to say Steven Seagal in wrestling form.
Steven Seagal.
well, the guy's
Steven
what,
Seagal.
54, 55 years old or something, right? I mean, he's kind of getting up there in age, and he's like a
I can still hang with the young guys.
Yeah, and he clearly can't, but he's out there every week. So
He needs to fall in more orange juice or whatever the hell he was doing.
You guys think Ric Flair will have another match? I think he still has one left in him, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
God.
well, if he's still breathing,
sure
he's
he
still
will.
got one left in him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he had a heart attack on that last one. What the fuck, man? He said he's going to do another one. But
He will die.
I don't know if you guys
He
follow him on
wants to.
Twitter. He has lost his mind completely.
Yep,
He's
he's
just
drunk as
yelling
fuck all the time.
nonsense.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing. He's completely like overboard on alcohol now.
Just don't have him near pizza.
Did
Or
Do
pizza
you remember that video you guys made where you met him and you were recording a line and it was next to the dog food?
yeah, it was at Big Stone Gap, Virginia Walmart. He was signing
Holy
autographs.
shit. Big Stone Gap, Virginia Walmart.
Yeah.
Ric Flair had his table set up next to the kibbles and bits.
Yeah, it was. I think he'd done like some sort of deal with Coca-Cola that summer or whatever. And like he was hitting up all kinds of Walmarts and signing autographs for free. Like he wasn't charging anything, which was really cool. But yeah, times have changed.
Out of all the places, Jesus, Big Stone Gap.
So that's well before the energy drink and what was that? Woo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
this
does
was
weed
like
now, yeah.
2010, 2011, something like that. So this was briefly after he retired, and then he just signed. It was some sort of deal that he signed with Coca-Cola, I think, where he was, promoting, Coca-Cola, not Coke.
Not to talk too much about wrestling, but I still say one of the funniest things ever was when Scott Steiner, for no reason, decided to just shoot on Ric Flair, and he's like, "You yellow crooked teeth son of a bitch!"
One of the funniest things.
He wasn't in like a storyline with him. He wasn't in a storyline with him or anything.
No,
he just decided
shot
to
on him.
allocate. He flipped the script and was like, "You know what? Fuck this guy."
There was a shoot interview that he did like recently, Scott Steiner, and he was talking about Ric Flair, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't ever trust the damn thing that comes out of that guy's mouth." He goes, "He fucking," and he goes, another thing too, he fucking cries about everything. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, he really does. Like anything that happens, he's like, he's always backstage crying about something. Somebody get mad at him, he'd start crying about it.
Yeah, right.
My favorite line of one of the promos, he goes, "You say you're a 14-time world champion. Well, this fat ass in the front row could be a 14-time world champion if his friend was the booker."
That's right. My all-time favorite Scott Steiner thing of anything he's ever done is when he was the ring announcer in TNA and he was doing the Dudley Boys intro and he goes, "Hailing from the state of obesity." He's like introducing them. Oh God!
In TNA, when they did that main event Mafia angle, they just let him rip, and you could see Booker T, Kevin Nash, and Kurt Angle just trying not to laugh. He's like, "Samoa Joe, if you walk down the main street of Samoa with a billboard on your back, the only thing they would say is, 'Who's the fat ass?'"
Fat ass some bitch.
"Who's the half breed?"
He's fat. He's fat. That fucking promo is. That fat son of a bitch. He would say that all the time.
Yep.
Anyway,
What he
you
would
guys
see
see,
all of his promos. So I have to ask myself.
Oh God, I could go on about Scott Steiner.
He was at that Bad Blood show like last weekend. Did you guys see him there? He looked like he didn't know where he was at. Like I don't know if the steroids had caught up with him.
Did the crowd boo him when he stood up? That's what it kind of sounded like.
I'm not sure. I didn't.
They
hear
did.
that.
They're crazy. He's a legend.
Yeah,
He hates
looks,
Hulk Hogan too, man.
Oh
As
yeah,
he should.
Yeah.
Didn't he
he's
like
not the
try to
only
beat
one,
up Hulk Hogan at an airport or something, or something like that? Wasn't there an altercation at an airport between those two, like WrestleMania weekend?
probably. Yeah,
I
seems
hope
like
so.
seems like I remember hearing something.
I think
about
everybody's starting to catch on to Hogan and Flair and a lot of these guys, like how much pieces of trash they really were.
Hogan's
still
still
are.
Bret Hart's still the man.
He wrestled 400 days a year. Hogan's special.
He did, yeah, because of like going to Japan or something.
Right, he went to Japan so many times back and forth. He caught like 4 matches a day there for a few years.
Well,
Dude, he went on. He was on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's not a big pro wrestling fan. So when he was saying shit like, "Yeah, brother," and then fuck, what's his name? That guy,
Brother
shit, the guy
Brudai.
that got stabbed in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bruiser
So the dude
Brody.
that got-
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody. He was like, "Yeah, brother, his throat got slit in the shower." And Joe Rogan's like, "Oh my god!" Everybody knows it's like, no, that's not really what happened. He didn't get his throat slit, but
He wasn't
Didn't he
even
also
there.
say that Darren Aronofsky approached him to be the lead and the wrestler? And
Yeah,
Darren
he did say
Aronofsky's
that.
like, that never happened.
I can't
Pretty
do
much-
it, brother.
Pretty much everything he said, somebody has gone back and said it was untrue. Like that whole Metallica thing. Like I think it was James or Kurt was like, "No, it never happened." Like we never asked him to be the bass player for Metallica.
Can you imagine that?
That's why Bret Hart's still the best, though, man. Like, he's just straight up, like, honest about everything. He's like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. This guy's a piece of shit. He's a crybaby. He screwed me.
He's honestly my favorite guy to listen to, like shoot interviews, because he's just so
Fucking Bill Goldberg.
Yeah,
I was saying, bring up Goldberg with them.
It's so matter of fact. Like when he was talking about how he bonded with all the other wrestlers because they would do cocaine in the locker room, they would just pass it. He was like, Don Morocco would give me a line and we'd go. It's just like talking matter of fact about it. He goes, and it was a real bonding moment between me and the guys.
doing that coke. Yeah.
Yeah. Good old
So-
days.
Anybody got anything else? Topic wise, anything you're planning on watching the next couple of weeks in time for Halloween? What you
I've
got?
been saving this one. I haven't watched
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch that one too.
I think I'm going to wait.
Shit.
'Cause my girlfriend's like, I want to see something I've never seen before. So I'm like,
really?
okay.
That's
for
a
a
good
treat.
one, Mark.
This one and Ebola syndrome.
You want to cut her loose,
Nice.
Mark? You can show that.
Are you going to make her watch Ebola Syndrome?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, that's great. That'll set the mood.
For sure.
Fuck.
You get laid that night.
You'll see the meat scene.
She'll be locking you out of the bedroom at night, Mark. Stay away from me, motherfucker.
I wish I was like, I can't show our girl anything. Like, we watched, I think it was Hellraiser, and she was just like, looking at me like I was like appalled that, and I'm thinking Hellraiser, that's nothing but,
Yeah.
I forget to, like, people that don't watch horror movies, that might not be the best of ideas.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, my wife saw it for the first time when we were dating and everything, and she looked at me and she was like, "This movie's gross."
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
guess,
guess-
like,
few
you've seen
movies.
this movie though so long, like you don't really think about what a normal person.
That's true.
Right.
I don't think
React.
that you can go back into that mindset either. Is the thing I've noticed about myself.
Right.
Like, I
When you've
can't-
already,
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah,
you've
I
seen
can't do
August Underground, you can't, Hellraiser doesn't.
No. You watch all these Cat 3 films and you go and try to watch something normal. It's just like, it
So,
doesn't
Mark,
have the same effect.
I wonder, Mark, when you going to show her a Serbian film? Next your Christmas?
No, I don't
That'd be a
even
Christmas
fucking
present.
own Serbian.
Yeah.
Salo's Christmas, right?
Jesus.
Yep.
So,
You got
No,
to eat
no,
the
watch
chocolate
the-
pudding with Salo.
Mark,
Around
it'll be
Christmas
released
time.
in Germany.
no,
It'll be released in Germany
What
soon.
was-
You'll own it soon.
watch that Pasolini film that CK watched for about 10 minutes.
Which
Yeah,
one
watch the
was
first
that?
5 minutes of that.
There you go.
See how that works out for you.
Do I want to know
Yeah.
what that is?
It was a
You don't.
biography. That'd be-
Put it this way, it'd be the worst. If you had a significant other, it'd be like the absolute worst thing you'd ever want to be caught watching in front of them.
Gotcha.
That's all I'll say.
Makes sense.
As opposed to what, the Seinfeld porn parody?
Just show her that. That'll help.
Okay,
You
so
get
I
some
gotta
laughs
ask,
out of it.
were they like? Was it like George and Kramer? Did they like? What did?
George
Without
did
getting, I
nothing.
guess, too graphic.
George did
was
nothing.
put-
His fiance did, just to spice up their life. Apparently, his fiance had to be with someone just because Kramer wanted to be a director, so he's directed. And then Acid gets put into the porn Nazi TV screen, so the whole crowd's watching it. I say, "Well, how'd
Oh
you get
my-
the tape?" Well, I dropped it, and Newman, it was his fault. That damn mailman.
Please
It
tell
was
me
his
Newman
fault.
got in on the action.
No. Thank God.
Damn.
Like a
that's
studio
hilarious.
audience reaction on the porn too. That'd be hilarious if they ever did that.
No, just a
Yeah.
laugh track during the but they should have. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. All of a sudden, there's a moan.
I remember seeing a Three Stooges porno.
I'm sure it
God.
I
exists.
remember seeing. Yeah, it was
Please-
bad. It was like Curly.
Please do not request that. Anyone out there, please do not request that.
Curly was doing the like. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
in a particular location.
Yeah, he was doing it in between mouth action. That's all I'll say. It was. I remember it was played on the Howard Stern show back when he was listenable. And it was like so you just had the audio to go by.
Did you guys ever see the Joni Laura porn, like where there was like a porn version of Mean Gene?
No.
What the fuck?
What? Okay, explain.
Like they had like porn versions of Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik, and they had
Oh my god.
Mean Gene like interview.
When's that watch on?
Oh god, that's a crazy one. I think she did like a handful of those porns, but I don't know what this one is called. They did
All
one
I
with-
remember was the X-Pac. What was the one she did? One Night in China.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
that was
was-
something.
That was something else. Yeah. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Reminds me
I
of
got
that
some
line
sight for sore
from,
eyes.
it reminds me of that line from Clerks too, like where he's talking to was Dante's wife or where he's like, you don't want to have somebody with a oversized clit, and he goes, no, because the next stop is a dude with an undersized dick.
Oh my god. Ah, God, that was brutal.
I got
Well,
one I can
yeah.
show real quick. Nightmare Beach. I want to watch this.
Oh,
I got the
hell.
4K.
Nice.
Have you never seen it?
I have
Fun.
not. I saw
Oh,
your guys'
you're in for a
review.
treat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun
And
movie.
This was on sale from Kino as well. So like after you guys did that review, I was definitely hooked because I like that get up of the biker leather. What is that, like biker outfit he has on? Very similar to that Giallo.
Dude,
Which one was it? It was the what
One
if
of
they
the-
done
oh,
your
Strip
bottoms?
Nuclear Killer. That
Oh,
Strip Nuclear
yeah.
Killer too, but yeah.
Yeah. So and I liked both of those ones. So I think I'll definitely like this one too, just because that's a kind of a creative. Like, there's only a very specific subset of slasher films where the character wears that outfit. It's those two Giallo films, and then I
Night
don't
School.
know.
Night School,
Which one?
yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a strange like biker killer part of the subgenre.
It's a
I
Rob
guess.
Halford subject.
But with the helmet on, Yeah.
All right, I've got one. This is another sloppy second sales. This was $11.99, and this is all 6 of the guinea pig movies on Blu-ray.
Wow.
The complete collection, baby.
Holy
I have
shit.
no idea why you want to watch those. I'm still trying to figure
It's
that
just
out.
time. It's time to revisit it, Uncle Bill. We got to do
Are you
it
gonna
next-
Are you gonna show those to your wife on Halloween night?
I hope so.
Yes.
Oh, you need to, yes.
Mermaid in the manhole, baby. Halloween night.
There
She
you go.
won't make it 20 minutes into that before she kills your ass. I guarantee.
But I think that this calls for an exploitation special on the
Yeah,
big movies.
definitely.
Yeah.
Which one was the one that Charlie Sheen thought was
Well,
real?
it was
and
the
called
Flesh
Yuck
and
Yuck?
Blood.
Yeah, the second one.
He was probably smoking too much fucking pot. And
Yeah. I don't
Let's
think
be
he's a
real.
great
Had some
judge of
nose
anything.
candy in between.
Somebody had
Whoa,
told
this
me
is
though,
real.
that the reason those won't get re-released is whoever owns the rights is like they're like Christians now or something like that, and they're
What?
disgusted. Yeah, they're
course they are.
disgusted by these movies, so
No.
they're never going to re-release them. Yeah,
How's that
That's what I
for a
heard.
twist?
No one, they saw their movies. No one wanted to talk to them, so they could only talk to God.
they talk to God and he straightens them out.
They fucking threw those prints into a fire pit and burned it.
I guess a topic I'll mention. People are into 4Ks. Rachel Talalay, she spoke a bit too much, and the other Elm Streets are getting 4Ks because she was like, "Oh, I'm working on my Freddy's Dead 4K," but she wasn't supposed to say that, so that means they're doing the rest of them if they're doing Freddy's Dead. So
Oh yeah.
they're all coming eventually. So for those who bought the first Elm Street, you don't be
I
double
just-
dipping.
Let me just talk 1 second about Freddy's Dead because we just watched that with the kids like about 2 or 3 nights ago. That might be, and I think it is like the worst Freddy makeup of any of those fucking movies.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
he's not even commenting
For
on
sure.
the movie itself, but the makeup job he's got in that, it's fucking just awful, man.
Part
Like,
five
it's
is
a
pretty
cheap
bad
joke,
too,
man.
though.
It's the
Yeah, I would have
cheapest
said
looking
5.
shit.
It looks like they just fucking threw like clay on his face and said go.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Compared
even
to
like
the makeup 4. Like 5 and 6 were both horrible as far as the makeup, but 6 is way worse.
yeah, they
Freddy's
didn't even.
Dead.
They could have thrown some Vaseline on it or something, make it look halfway fucking deep. It just looks like I don't even know. I mean, it's like pizza.
It's
or
an
something.
awful movie.
Borrow from
Yeah.
Pete.
Well, the Elm Street 4K is coming out, I think, on Tuesday. Anybody pre-ordered that here? Or I know some people's already got it. Already.
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
have-
great things about it, actually. I know that, like, and we talked about this on a few shows over the over the years. The original theatrical version of Elm Street hasn't been available since the Laserdisc. So, like, they went back and fixed I think they, for some reason, they lost audio cues in a lot of the scenes from Part 1, and they went back and fixed that. So that's pretty, I mean, that's pretty amazing, really, that a mainstream studio's doing it. So, I don't know, man. I'm kind of, like, thinking about maybe getting it.
There's a box set coming though, man. I can wait. Like clearly, if they're doing Freddy's Dead,
Well,
they're
he'll
doing
sell
a box
that and then
set, like,
get the box set.
yeah. I mean, I'm just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna fucking wait.
Freddy's Dead in 4K.
But would you buy the box set? Because I know you said you guys aren't like big fans of like some of the later sequels and stuff. Like just
Still,
for the first couple.
yeah, it's the last like big thing left, really, that doesn't have a decent release. So I definitely would, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I would too, especially if they get, like, I've heard that there's going to be uncut versions of some of the movies that they're putting out for the first time. So if that happens, that'll be pretty huge.
Yeah, I know that the first one, I know that 4K is uncut, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
But you say maybe some of the sequels, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I had heard, that multiple
Yeah, like-
cuts.
Part
Nice.
5, I think, was rumored.
Yeah, I'm not sure which ones, but from what I had heard, you know, they're throwing everything out there for the set. So we'll see.
Nice. Could the same possibly happen for the Friday the 13th set? No chance.
I think that footage is gone because Paramount didn't care. That's my guess.
I don't know if it's gone, but it's going to be very hard to track down. I've been told by somebody that's been in their vault before that their shit is just like, it's like somebody's attic. Like they don't have anything labeled.
There's a shit all over the floor.
You seriously, yeah, you have to go and like spend days and days and days in there to find something. They don't have anything cataloged, like their old stuff at least. But I mean, never say never. Who knows? You know, I know that people, if they were to find that, I guarantee you they would try to fast track it and get it out. No doubt, because people would go nuts over that, like the uncut Part 7.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Part 3, that would be one I would love to see. Like a lot of the shit that they cut out of that.
yeah.
Part 5 for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
What about the Arrow? They kind of, well, I don't know if they announced it, but word got out. I think there's a couple of these discs that came out that have promotional material for Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X coming to 4K.
Jason Goes to Hell is like a first day purchase for me. I don't give a damn about Jason X. Like I don't need that to round out a collection or anything. Like I'll never watch it. So
You don't
fuck
buy it and you don't like it.
No, I'm not gonna buy shit.
You got Raptor 3D, you don't need Jason X.
No.
Not that bad.
I'll buy it if
Woods
it
of
goes
Wildfire.
out of print and I
Okay.
find like I can sell it or something. I'll buy it for that. But I ain't never watching that movie again. Fucking bullshit.
It's kind of weird though that like the New Line and Warner Brothers ones are all going to be in 4K before most of the original Paramount movies.
Well, Paramount hates the fans, so that doesn't surprise anybody. But
Well,
you can get Paramount Scare set if you want to get Friday 13 Part 2 in 4K right now.
The set's already been down to like $42 or something like that, which
Yeah.
is like it's 4 movies in 4K. So I mean,
Get
it is a
World
pretty
War
good deal.
Z.
Yeah, you could sell your World War Z 4K for at least $5. Somebody buy it probably.
I don't
Is
think you
that
can sell it for
actually
that.
in that set?
I'll buy it.
Yeah, it is.
I'll buy it.
Wow.
World War Z. What else is in it? Orphan First
Breakdown.
Kill.
Which I like Breakdown.
Oh yeah, I love Breakdown. Yeah.
I would keep
First
I would
Kill.
keep
They
Breakdown and Friday the 13th too. I'd sell everything else.
They just threw that shit in there just to be like, we gotta get rid of some of these discs, man. Ain't nobody buying Orphan First Kill and Jesus.
Well, the one thing that they did do, though, I think, with that Paramount Scares set this year is all of those are making the 4K debut in that set. So they didn't have 4Ks previously out. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. For the price, it's definitely priced to sell. I'll give them credit. It's cheap.
Wow. It's big money, Mark.
I just posted the picture.
Yeah.
That is
I
awesome.
need that picture.
Shit.
Is that a bunch of money? Like,
That's a bunch of $1 bills.
A bunch of money with a white background still on it.
Somebody skilled in Photoshop made that.
Oh God.
You need the $1 Million Man theme behind you. Just anytime you pop in, Mark.
that is
Money,
hilarious.
money, money.
Well, once Mark gets all of his money in there, he won't have that echo in that big room. It'll be full.
And you need a white guy.
It's gonna
named
make it
Virgil.
acoustic.
You need a white guy named Virgil to do all your stuff.
Have them organize the movies all day long alphabetically.
He's down
Yeah.
doing all the computer. Your feet's on him as a stool.
You guys remember when Virgil was a member of the NWO?
Unfortunately.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Stud Muffin Mark. Yeah. Jackson Jack's got it.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, I got some heat with you guys. How dare you? I will not take the slander of Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood getting shit on all the time. They're not the best movies, but goddamn, Bulls.
Well, I really just
I'm
shit
talking
on
about Uncle
Bordello
Bill.
Blood.
I'm talking
I
about
didn't
Uncle
shit
Bill.
on-
CK.
Yeah.
CK knows that Bordello of Blood's a classic.
I did. I mean,
Went
to
over
me, I thought it
Dracula
was
3D.
It was totally watchable compared to Ritual. I'll give it that.
Yeah, Ritual's
Yeah.
dog shit. Jesus
I'll-
Christ.
I'll tell you this: if you can get through watching Dennis Miller as a star of anything, man, I mean, it would be based on tits alone in that movie. But I can't stand watching that guy in that.
It's the most 90s. You can tell, like, that was, like, right before horror switched over from, like, the Scream era onwards. And it was they were still trying to figure out what the hell would catch on. And that's, like, the most 90s movie. The fact that it says starring Dennis Miller tells you everything you need to know.
What's funny though is just like both of those movies are literally like longer episodes of the show. That's basically what they are.
Right.
That's exactly what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story behind Bordello of Blood that everybody involved hated Dennis Miller? He did not want to do the movie.
I mean,
He
I can
had
see
to.
that. Yeah.
And he was difficult to work with, and all of his lines in the movie are shit he was improvising because he threw the script out and he had enough clout to be like, I'm going to say what I want. And
I mean, that's exactly
actually
what
why
it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, because and if you watch, I think it's hilarious. There's some shit he says in a movie where you can clearly see the face of the other actors. They break, like, because they don't know what the fuck. Like, there's a scene where some tough guy comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, Holmes, you want to take it outside?" And he's like, "Oh, no, thank you. I don't need a blowjob right now." And the guy just looks like, like out of.
Yeah, like what?
They said, it was like.
I like Bordello Blood better than Demon Knight, to be honest with you. I think it's a
Me
better
too.
movie.
When I was a kid, I thought Demon Knight was better, but after watching them both for the first time in like 20 years, Bordello of Blood, I think, is a better movie.
Billy
Robert
Zane's got
Zemeckis wrote
Galway
the
heat
script.
too. I'll see Billy Zane. in
Robert
anything.
Zemeckis Robert Zemeckis wrote Bordello of Blood, and what's funny is they picked to do Bordello of Blood as the second Tales from the Crypt movie over From Dusk Till Dawn. From Dusk Till Dawn was written to be the Tales from the Crypt, the second movie, and then they picked Bordello of Blood over it. So
clearly a wise
Good one.
decision. Yeah, good
Yeah.
job, guys. I do remember this, by the way. This was another awful moment in history.
that was terrible.
That didn't
my
last long,
God.
He
did it?
would. Okay, so look, this is what he would say. It was so cringe. If they like did a Hail Mary and the receiver would drop the ball, he'd go, separation of church and state. That was like his fucking line. It was like, oh my God.
What the hell is
Yeah,
he
he was
doing
terrible.
now? Did he retire or something? He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I
I've
don't
seen
really-
him. He was like, I don't know. He does like political shit now.
Of course he does.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got some zingers, I bet.
He's got some zingers, some right wing zingers.
Bordello of
but in
Blood
all
was
seriousness-
Corey Feldman's big comeback. Yeah, I think that was the last.
It's
Was that the last movie he did that was released in theaters?
I
yes.
think it's it
Had to be.
I mean, come on. You had a scene with Chris Sarandon as that fucking huckster preacher televangelist, and he goes shooting the vampires with super soakers of holy water. You can't beat that. Tits galore. Come on, man.
I have to go back and watch it again.
It's
I just-
as you know, all these modern YouTubers and Bluetubers would say when they put over a really shitty movie. It's an overlooked classic. Okay, people just didn't give it
Everything's a
chance.
fucking overlooked classic. You're right.
Overlooked.
Yeah.
Elm Street remake.
It's always like
classic.
in defense of Nightmare on
Who
Elm
the
Street.
fuck said
in
that
defense
about
of
the Elm
Fog.
Street remake?
There's
a couple of
people they want
I'm
to.
sure some people
There's
are out there.
No, here's the thing. People want to be the first to say they've discovered X movie. So they'll dig through and find like movies that are without a doubt garbage, like A Nightmare on Elm Street or The Fog, and they'll be like, actually, it's an undeniable or overlooked classic, and this is why everybody was wrong about it. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's a piece of shit.
$200 an autograph.
That sounds about right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ozzy's charging like $1,400.
With his family. Do you want a picture with his family?
Well, that's
God.
counting if you got to pay the $700, and then to get that's to get access to Ozzy, and then from there you can pay what
To be in
what
the
you
same
need.
room as him?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd pay.
Yeah.
Really?
I'd pay
Just to be in the same
$700
room and
not
a
to be.
picture?
I'd pay $700 not to be in the same room with Sharon Osbourne. I really would.
I swear to God, I feel exactly the same way. Like she's got
God,
the
she
most
sucks.
heat with me of just about anybody, dude. Like she's just fucking unbearable.
Yeah,
I
she
want to
gets on
hear,
my
I wanna
last
hear
fucking
this.
nerve.
Why? I want to hear
She
this.
just sucks, dude. She's
Oh,
just
well-
such an unlikable person.
For me personally, like if you go watch and there's tons of YouTube videos of people go watch people that used to play in Ozzy's band and the stories that they have about her, because she was his manager, and how she would purposely cut them out of all the royalties and things like that, and all the all this money that they're owed, and it just went on forever. And she was just a product of her father was a promoter too, and he carried around it's either a baseball bat or a cricket bat or something like that. And he was this hard ass guy that fucked all these people over, and she kind of just took his place doing the same kind of thing. I just fucking can't stand her. I can't stand anything about her.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, they've already done the $700 thing, right? That was this weekend.
Yeah, that was this weekend. Yeah.
I know Sean Clark posted a video of on his story on Instagram or something like that of all of them doing their photo op with the whole family and everything. And I mean, I know Ozzy seems to be enjoying himself and everything. And I'm not like ragging on Sean Clark at all or anything like that. I'm just wondering who are these people that are paying that much money? I mean, I know that they can't make it, $100 for the thing, because then then everybody will be buying it and they'll never get done with it. But $700 plus all the extra hundreds for if you want just Ozzy just to sign a record for you or something like that, I just can't imagine paying
Record
anything
is
like
an
that.
additional $250. I remember that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even-
$950.
I mean, I'm thinking like, I was trying to think like if Argento did a convention or something, if he was $700, I would still not do it, like, and I'm just trying to equate it to somebody that I would really like to meet or get a signature from.
Somebody would have to come back from the dead, like Fulci would have to come back for me to pay that kind of money. Like, there's nobody living that I would pay that much money to meet. But that's the thing. I don't know how much of that is Sean Clark and how much of that is Sharon Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know
It's
who's
Sharon.
setting the prices on that stuff. But
Is Ozzy still even like aware, or is he just like kind of gone? Like, has anybody?
I have
It
no
doesn't
idea.
seem
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It doesn't seem like he's
You
aware
guys-
much of reality.
As an aside, have you guys ever seen those videos of Frankie Valli, like just
Oh
Yes.
my
a
God,
little
yeah.
zombie?
Yeah, that's
Oh
huge on
my
Instagram right now.
God. What in
God.
the world, man?
He's
Well-
92, 93 years old, something like that, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
so the
basically just
video
out there
that-
like this, and they're playing
It's
his track, and
legitimately, yeah,
it's
it's
not even
like,
trying to sing
elder
along with
abuse.
it.
it's like
It's
one of
fun.
those damn like Chuck E. Cheese things where you got like an
It's
animatronic
worse though,
out there,
actually.
like,
Yeah, because
His
he's
mouth
like
is-
I didn't even know
he's
still
so
alive.
out of it, he doesn't even attempt to sing along with it or anything. He's just like,
Yeah, he's so far gone. Like, he's worse than like Joe Biden. He's out of it, man. He's just poor guy. I didn't even know he was alive. He was old when he was on The Sopranos, and that was like 20 years ago.
well, Bradley, you can go to deadpitonpatreon.com. We got a baller and shot caller spot open.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
buddy.
When you say Beetlejuice, do you mean the original Beetlejuice, or do you mean that other piece of shit that just came out?
Oh, that would be a great bait and switch.
Either one. Oh, it's $50. So.
$50, $50.
Special K wants everybody to know he don't worship people or things. He worships Cruel Peter. That's it.
But
The original. Thank God.
yeah, the original Cruel Peter, not the
I-
remake.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about Beetlejuice. I would definitely watch. Yeah.
Oh
would
yeah, I
definitely
love
watch-
Beetlejuice.
do commentary on that.
Yeah,
That sequel was a
Oh,
piece
here we
of
go.
shit.
So Sean has said he had no control over the pricing on Jason Green's channel. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know. That's just like a random thing. If none of you haven't, or if I could talk tonight, that'd be great. If any of you have not seen the podcast on that guy Jason Green's channel, I really like that podcast that they do. It's typically every like Wednesday because they have that musician Wednesday 13 from the Murder Dolls, which was like a, the Joey Jordison from Slipknot was in that band. And obviously Wednesday 13 has his own solo project, which I'm not a fan of that music, but just hearing just him talking on the podcast, he's definitely very knowledgeable about horror and just the music scene, especially like, metal and stuff. But those guys do a great podcast. I've been watching it like every Wednesday since they started it like over a year ago, but they're, that's a pretty entertaining one. I definitely enjoy watching that, and Sean Clark sometimes comes in with that, but that's a pretty good YouTube podcast I've been checking out.
Cool. Sweet.
So wait a minute. What happened at Son of Monster Palooza?
Well, that was
curious.
that was a show where Ozzy and Cody
Yeah, I know.
were-
I'm just saying, like, did something happen? Because he's like, oh boy, I'm just curious. Like,
Yeah, I wonder if he's got a story.
yeah.
Yeah, let us know. I'm sure he'll have a video on it. Wet movie one on YouTube, baby.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, well.
he's like,
You know
no.
why?
was he wearing
Wow.
a Dead Pit shirt? I'll bet you he was wearing a Dead Pit shirt.
If he was, that definitely would have got you shot down.
dude, it's hilarious how he's just like, he actively knows who you guys are still. The fact that what Garrett said about when he met him and all that stuff, where he was like, why would they want to interview me? They hate my guts.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was the best story ever when Garrett told it. I was like, oh man, God bless Garrett.
Eli
for doing
Roth,
that.
he goes to sleep at night and he thinks about when he had to struggle to make it as a Hollywood guy. And he's like, everybody's saying I was good, except for those fucking dead pit guys.
Well, what was it that Eli
One
Roth
guy's
said about fans?
What did he say about
Oh.
fans?
Yeah.
I wonder what he said.
Let's see. What did Eli Roth say?
Here's the thing about horror fans. They love to complain.
I'm about to hop back on the fuck Eli Roth bandwagon, man. Like I was like cool with him after Thanksgiving, but like he's starting to annoy the piss out of me.
What's wrong? You
again.
saw Borderlands?
No, I tried to
You
watch Borderlands,
never.
but like made it about halfway through it. Yeah.
You don't need to see that.
I mean,
I don't
I've
think
always
I'll-
liked Cabin Fever, but those Hostel movies are trash.
But if that's his behavior after laying such a wet fart like Borderlands, fuck him. He should be appreciative a lot more because he ain't getting along.
Well, he said- Well, Garrett said that. Didn't he tell on that? I forget which stream it was with Uncle Bill that he tried to have when his picture have Eli Roth hold up the card that said "Born to Be Rad" and Dead Pit. And he's like, I'm not holding that. You can hold it, but I'm not holding it.
It's like this, man. To be honest, like we just talked about like those movies, and all of his movies were shit to me up until Thanksgiving. But when something was actually good, we actually said it was good. So I feel like we weren't just blanket hating on the guy. He just didn't make anything worth a fuck for 20 years. So I mean, I thought it would have been a cool interview just to be like, you know, you at this point we're seeing the virtue.
We can end
of
that
what you're putting
chapter.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he wants to pull this fucking bullshit and be hoity-toity about it. So
And even just to talk like horror in general, like, you know, just about all these films that you know he has like a plethora of knowledge on, you know, just about like shit that you don't ever hear him talk about, like, you know, pick any movie that you guys always talk about and just, you know, shit like that, you know? I mean,
To
why
play
not?
devil's advocate, do you think he thinks it would be like a bait and switch interview where like, hey, piece of shit?
he probably does, and it might be.
Because let's be fair. Let's be fair. You guys went hard in the paint on him back in the day. You were shooting on that guy.
I mean, it wouldn't be that, but I could see why he would believe it.
Right. Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense though, because what would that benefit you guys either? Because it's not like that's not going to happen. That doesn't happen.
Well, you watch that clip of him that CK just put up, and the whole entire clip, there's a part of it where, and I think this kind of sums up what he thinks too. The other part of what he says is horror fans always love to complain they don't support like original horror, and then he says like, and it's because they're jealous. So in his mind, everybody that doesn't like his movies are fucking jealous that he's out there making like original movies. Man, ain't nobody I know of jealous of fucking Eli Roth. If anything, you just want to punch him in the head. Like, it's not jealousy, I promise you that.
So let me ask you this: how exactly did his tone change and you could see it register when he saw your shirt and he read out loud "DEADPIT Radio" and it's like
it was noticeable.
He was like grinning and is like,
I wish,
Like
I
you
wish if
saw
I'd have had
time stopped.
if I'd have had any sense, I would have recorded that. If I'd had any fucking sense, even though they wouldn't have probably let me, like I would have tried.
we could have had like a spy camera or something in there for it, maybe.
Yeah.
like who knows the last time he even thought about you guys, and then when you came walking through all that stress and PTSD just went right into his brain. It's like these motherfuckers.
I like to think that's what happened.
Vietnam helicopters.
I mean, so much so you're not forgettable that however many months later when Garrett brought it up, he was like, you know, he remembered enough to be like, damn, they hate me. Why would I go on their show?
Well, I'm wondering, before you guys met him, what was the last time you guys talked about Eli Roth? Like the fact he remembered you guys?
It would have been
Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, it would have been positive in terms of like Thanksgiving.
We didn't do like a didn't we do like a Tears show right before the Thanksgiving show?
That's true.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Cabin
we did.
Fever was the only one that made it into the good list. Everything else was
It was all Garrett. There was a Garrett tier because it's
Garrett likes
Garrett
it.
was
too.
the
I'm
only one that
interested
liked
though in here. I don't know if Brendan talks about the whole thing with Eli Roth, but I would love to know what happened there for sure.
Oh, he didn't have.
He
a
says he
dead
didn't have a
picture on
dead
him.
picture.
Oh.
He didn't have a line. He wouldn't do a video. Do you know why? Did he say why he wouldn't do a video?
He's too
But
busy.
Hollywood, man.
If it wasn't that new video you saw, that means you guys hit a nerve for him to remember that long and to be that still upset about would have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Still be that
Because to
I
be
would
fair,
say-
you guys, up until around Thanksgiving was coming out, you guys really didn't even cover them. And to be fair, I mean, like, you guys shit on Rob Zombie way harder than you did on fucking Eli Roth.
I
And
think
more consistently, too.
I think though, if I was guessing, I'd say we were probably one of the only outlets that did not like him around that time period. That actively kind of like expressed dislike to him. So that's probably the only reason he remembers us. Because that's everybody else
It
was
was
up his
probably-
ass with a flashlight.
What was probably messed up was that he was, you know, the psyche that he was once you guys a horror fan, and that the group of people he had probably want to most connect with at that point in time before he became Hollywood, you know, would be the horror fans, and the horror fans that have a radio show are telling him how much his fucking movies suck.
Well, with all the success he found,
I
to
do.
be that still upset with what the guys at DEADPIT said, just with all the success you had in Hollywood, like, really? That still is in your crawl? Like, still to this day?
Yeah. I mean,
he had nightmares about you. He
Because
watched
I'll be
your
honest with you guys.
video.
I
when
thought,
you
honestly, I thought when you guys were, before you met him, when you were talking about what would he say, I thought he wouldn't, you know, to be fair to you guys, remember you because of all the success. And, you know, you can't deny he's had a lot of success. He's more famous now than he was back then.
yeah.
But like Rambo said, the fact that after all these years that triggered something to kind of piss him off just a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's out
It's
there
hilarious.
doing a Ghost Fuck My Sister and all those wonderful TV shows he does. So he had that going for him, and then
Yeah.
no, I didn't honestly
It is
think
kind of it's kind of surprising, actually. I agree with you. I mean, because so much time has passed. I mean, and he has done movies with Tarantino and everything else, and I'm kind of shocked he's doing conventions. Like, I don't. Speaking of conventions,
we get the inside scoop.
Oh,
Shit, is my
it's
mic
about
on,
to get
boys?
wet.
yeah, you
It's
sound
on.
good. What's going on, Brendan?
I can't hear
Y'all ready to
nobody.
get wet?
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Turn your headphones up.
Turn them shits
I'm going
up.
to settings for a second. Hold on. I
It's time to
can't
get
hear
wet.
shit.
He's using a Firefox.
Bam.
That's what I was using earlier when I froze up, probably.
Yeah, you
Come
can't
on.
use Firefox on stream.
This sucks, man. Come on, man.
Okay. Yeah, you got to AI a new wet movie
Yo,
song.
yo.
Hey,
Yeah, hey.
Oh, what's up?
He might need to leave and come back in.
I'm hearing an echo now, so maybe that's it.
All right, let's try this here. I'm on a delay. It's kind of weird. Let me see if I can put some headphones on this.
Well,
He might be back, maybe not.
I think Eli
Thank you,
Roth's
Wet
got a
Movie, for
hold of
coming
him.
by.
it's an interesting story. And there we go.
But yeah, I'm interested in hearing at least what Eli Roth said why he couldn't do an interview with him, or just a little bit. You've seen Brendan's videos; they're brief 2-minute little things. I mean, come on.
Mhm.
It's not like he's going to keep him for like a half an hour or anything. So.
Don't
Generally
take yourself
speaking,
so seriously, man. You just fucking directed Borderlands. Stay humble,
Exactly.
goddammit.
Like, I mean, I think at this point he should really be humble. He
You're
made
not
one of the
fucking- You're not
biggest
Christopher
Bond-
Nolan. You're not making Christopher Nolan fucking movies winning awards. You did Borderlands. I mean,
I want to keep this one on the
Christ's sakes,
down
dude.
low, though. This is one that I'm hanging on to for Halloween. We'll get it while we're waiting on Brendan. Maybe he can fix his setup there. Been a long time since I've seen this. The Stepfather in 4K.
Yeah. Good
Didn't
one.
own this on anything since the DVD, so it was cool to check this one. Here we go.
Yo.
Hello. Hi.
Man, this sucks.
Can you hear
God
me now?
damn it.
Testing. One day. You have liftoff.
He needs to get on the laptop, man.
All right. I know you guys can't. I can't hear shit. Okay. I can't hear anybody. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna tell a story real quick, and then I'm gonna bounce up out of here. All right. Look, I went to Monsterpalooza today. Son of Monsterpalooza. Went up to Eli Roth. He had no line at the time. I was like, oh shit, maybe I can get an interview. And no, I wasn't rocking the DEADPIT shirt. I can't hear anybody. Sorry. I wasn't rocking this. I just put it on there, because I knew I was jumping on for a second. And I said, hey, Eli, is that cool if I, get a video with you? But first I said, hey, big fan, but I'm not really a big fan. I like some of this shit, but not everything. And hey, Eli, man, is that cool if I ask you like 2 or 3 little questions for the YouTube thing I'm doing covering the event? And, nothing long, maybe like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever. And he's just like, all of a sudden, his eyes dart down a little bit. No, I don't do interviews. Sorry, don't do them. And then kind of just like walked away and shit. I'm like, huh? It was just one of those kind of interactions. At first, he thought I was probably going to buy something, and then when he found out that wasn't going to happen, he was just like, I'm interested. Like, not even looking at me in the eyes anymore. He was telling me no interview kind of thing. And when it comes to Ozzy, Bruce Campbell had the biggest line, and Ozzy that I saw today, Sunday, maybe had at the most 200 people there for him. And some people were really mad because they sold a pass for $700. You had to buy that just to get into the room. And on Sundays, which is today, they said, oh, don't worry, you don't have to have that anymore. You can just come on in and get your stuff signed for whatever prices that they had it set for. And I'm not hating on Sean Clark. I love Sean Clark. That's my boy. I'll ride or die with him. But people were really mad that they bought that $700 pass, and then the next day, oh, no more. You don't need that. You can just walk on in and pay your $200 for 8x10 or whatever all the other price bracket stuff is. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I can't hear you, but it was kind of weird. There wasn't a lot of people, and yeah. Okay, bye. I love you guys, and I'll get your opinions in a little bit when I watch it on the stream.
Wow.
So you're fucking telling me that a bunch of people, because they said you had to buy those passes, so you're telling me that a bunch of people bought those passes, and then by Sunday they were like, fuck it, anybody can come in and get anything signed? Is that what he was saying?
That's bad, man.
That's fucked up.
That's really bad.
People are going to be pissed off about that.
So, would it be because they did such a poor job one day? As we're desperate, we need as many people. As
I'm betting that. Okay, here's my
coming
bet
for free now.
My bet on this is they paid him a certain amount of money to come in there, and didn't make back what they even close to what they paid him to come in there. So at some point they were like, "Fuck it, we got to do something. Let's just let anybody come in there and get whatever signed, that they want because they're not buying the passes." That's my guess. I mean, if I had a guess, because
that's so shitty, man.
It's just speculation.
Sharon.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Usually, though, the way it works with these people at conventions is they have a fee that they charge, an appearance fee, and it's up to the promoter to decide how much they're going to try to charge to get all their money back or whatever. So that decision was probably made by the promoter of the event, I bet.
So somebody said Sean probably talked the family out of doing that buying. Well, it sounded like some of them already bought them, so he didn't talk them out of it per se.
Right.
I mean, if he talked about it for one day, that didn't help all the other people that got the ones on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
it's such a weird story, man. I would love to know more about that. Well, whatever
out about it.
Whatever the story is, though, if that happened that way. And this is, all rumor
allegedly.
and innuendo. Yeah, rumor and innuendo because I don't want to get sued again.
Well, Brendan was there.
bullshit.
I mean, that's what he says. He was there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand if that went down, people would be. That's a lot of money. It's not like, hey, for 50 extra bucks, you can. No, that's $700. So we'll see. I'm sure more will come out about that in the next few days.
But let's talk about Eli for a minute because he's becoming a cockhead again. So that's nice.
Sure.
That's a bummer.
Like I said,
that's a bummer.
He should be humble.
You'd think he would at least, you know, it sucks when you have a shitty experience like with a celebrity, if you want to call everybody a celebrity, but you know, that's a bummer that he couldn't just say, you know, well, you know, in a nicer way rather than just being passively just like, no.
Why the fuck are you there if you don't want to talk to anyone? Other than well, yeah,
he doesn't want to talk to him on camera, you know, apparently.
I tell you, my guess on that is he's afraid somebody's going to ask him about Borderlands. Is my guess that he doesn't want to talk about that at all.
That's probably what he figured it was going to be. That's the only thing I can think of, anyway.
And Borderlands done got his head fucked up. You are 100% right on that.
Yep.
He is thinking, he is in panic mode right now. He's like, they'll never give me another big budget movie again. I have to keep doing these fucking horror movies that everybody like Deadpit hates. Oh,
all
my
these
God.
fucking nerds are coming up to me wanting to ask me about Borderlands. I got to fucking abort.
I got to do Thanksgiving 2.
Yeah.
And God
Go
knows
back
what
to
else. Cabin Fever 3.
Yep.
Here's the thing about horror fans. They love to complain.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll talk about that and ghost fucking girlfriends or whatever the hell it was.
You know that scene in, like, what is it, John Wick 2, where he's like, everybody keeps saying that I'm back. Well, I guess I'm back. I'm back on the fucking fuck Eli Roth train at this point, man. Like, I'm all aboard.
Happy Halloween.
I'm fucking
a tried and true tradition.
Tried to be a nice guy. Like Owen Hart, but
that's what I was thinking of Owen Hart.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Yeah.
I'm sure Movie probably talks about all that more in his video.
Nice.
I'm sure he's gonna have a video up. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have like a big extended video of Son of Monsterpalooza. But
like the Swayze dog says, you be nice until it's time not to be nice.
That's right.
And you roadhouse steered him in the face.
But guys, it's been a lot of fun doing this again. We're going to try our best, and people can call us out on it, to do these every month again. So November, we will be back with another roundtable. You guys got anything coming up on your channels you want to talk about, Rambo? Anything that's coming up in the next couple of days?
Just upload my review of Joker 2 and Beetlejuice 2 and all sorts of stuff.
Jesus Christ, that's a double feature from hell.
Beetlejuice 2. I'm awaiting that review.
Well,
check it out.
They're up right now, so I just uploaded them 4 hours ago.
I'll check it out. That'll be what I'll listen to first at work tomorrow. So,
and then the Seinfeld parody Triple X review will be sometime.
You can't forget about that.
And you guys are doing the tomorrow the Hitcher 4K, like all the DEADPIT watching, right?
Yeah. We decided to do like a review show on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, just because there's so many reviews that we're putting out, like single Blu-ray reviews and stuff, that it would just be easier to put them all in one, like a review show. So this is the first one that we're doing of that. And then, Hitcher, the 4K, is the headlining title, I guess, on that review show. So that'll be tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
And for people out there, when you guys do these horror roundtables, don't be scared to come up and talk to these guys. They're not going to spit in your face, or they're not going to, finger bang you or something. It's okay. Come on up and talk to them. They're nice guys. They won't. Don't be afraid.
Weird. It is weird though, man. How many people we got on that message or that Discord, not the message board, and like, you can't get people to come on these fucking shows. Like,
I was just talking to Rambo about this the other night. Like, there's so many. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, join in. What the hell?
We're not that intimidating, I don't think.
Right.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. but
The accents throw them off, I guess.
Yeah.
the accents.
I think we're going to spit backer on him or something.
Yeah. My God.
Backer.
No.
You guys should have had like a special like commentary or something on one of these fucking movies by now on physical media, wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah.
Like a
Definitely.
Terror Vision title or some shit. You know what I mean? I'm not talking Universal, of course, but you know.
We tried one time for Paramount. That didn't work out at all. Like
Yeah,
I
that was
Yeah,
a
the
good
Paramount
commentary.
one was actually recorded.
yeah, I would have
But
You
loved
guys were
to-
professional in that one.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's doing elves, you know where to look.
Well, I've come to the conclusion of somebody comes out with King Frat and we're not on that goddamn fucking DVD. I'm going to fucking go off on them. We're the only people that bring that movie up.
Well, maybe when TerrorVision puts out Cruel Peter on Blu-ray, you can be
Yeah.
on that.
The Cruel
We
Peter.
changed-
Okay.
We championed Cruel Peter back in the day. We'll
You
tell
can get the Cruel Peter bib and sunglasses and everything with it. Mark, you got anything
Cruel
coming up
Peter.
on your channel?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the unboxing of that Frightener set. This video I'm thinking about doing will be in a few weeks. It's Days of the Dead, and I kind of now this might be a rumor. I don't know. There was a guy in the chat like maybe a week before last. He talked about the fucking Hawk Tua girl going to be there, and I'm like, there's no way.
What?
That's what he said, and
What
I
the-
haven't looked at the
What
guest
the
list.
fuck would you
so-
get her to sign?
I don't know. All I know is if she's not giving me any Hawk Tua, I could give a fuck if she's going to be there or not. But I think it's ridiculous.
She's got
Somebody brings a dildo for her to sign.
Can't know until you ask.
They had Hawk 2
You know that
real
Bill
quick.
Maher interviewed her. Did you know that Bill Maher interviewed her? It's like,
I
what the
saw
fuck
that.
are you going to talk to her
I
about?
didn't even watch it. I refused to.
I did. I watched
So
it.
you like spitting on dicks, okay? Okay.
They had
Hey.
Hawk 2 a merch in Spirit Halloween. No kidding.
Yeah,
They
I
had
saw
a
that.
Hawk 2
She has her own fucking. She has her own section. Yeah, like an end cap of like Hawk 2 shit.
What the
How the hell? What does that have to do with horror?
Yeah.
Like, why is she infiltrating this space?
Listen, man. The way they milk movie franchises dry, they milk fucking memes dry as well. Except that's 15 times faster the amount of time people get over shit like that.
Yep.
It's like funny for 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, you remember like right before that, the what was it? The Chick-fil-A girl was famous for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
like,
Oh god.
Hawk Tua girl came in and took her
She took her
5
spot.
minutes of fame. Yeah.
She dethroned her.
Yep.
You remember way a long time ago there was that homeless guy with the golden radio voice, and he was like,
yeah.
they did a bunch of interviews with him, and then when they were done, they threw him back on the curb. That was that. You
He's
know?
almost again.
Poor fella. Phantasmat, what about on your channel, man? You've got a channel as well. We
I have a
can't,
channel, but I don't even know what the last video I uploaded was at this point because I'm like super inconsistent and just kind of like not really great at producing content on YouTube. But I could come up with something. I got the Chucky animatronic doll from Home Depot. So maybe I could do a video on that or something.
Wait,
thing looks cool.
Home Depot selling that?
Yes, sir. I got the box right down here. It's an animatronic, like 3 foot tall, moving Chucky doll.
I didn't know
I've seen the
Home
big
Depot did
Frankenstein
that.
when they have.
Home Depot
Yeah.
has a lot of them actually. Yeah, and
They have
and
like a
lot of
big
them are very-
8-foot Frankenstein
Yeah,
as
a lot of
well.
That's
them are
pretty
really
cool.
There's like a
Um,
20-foot tall one at like Menards or some shit. Like it's insane.
Well, you got room there. You put it up there in your room.
I just put it up in there.
That's how high the ceiling is in there.
20-foot
But,
ceilings, yeah, no problem.
But yeah, maybe something on that. I don't know the YouTube content thing. I'm not like I haven't perfected it enough to like have inspiration to do it. But like I always say that I'm more active on like Instagram. People can check me out on there.
Also, I guess we can mention this because I think he officially announced it earlier tonight. Me and Uncle Bill and Garrett are going to be on Pizzal's channel a
cool.
week from tonight.
Oh, nice.
Doing the Movies That Made Us series that I think Rambo was on the last episode. So
yeah, it was me, him, and Cody Leach. We were on there. It was fun.
So, that'll
That's
be
cool,
a week from tonight, I think.
Yeah, you guys haven't been with like Piz in a long time.
It's been a little while. It has.
I always loved the old Google Hangout videos when he was on there quite a few times during the Google Hangout live things, and those are classic live streams.
Yeah, that's some of the earlier YouTube live streams for sure. Like over 10 years ago at this point, I think.
That's where the infamous shit in the box came from.
Yeah, that was one of those.
That's right.
But we appreciate everybody. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I wish that the blog TV shows from back in the day were archived some kind of way, but I guess it's best they're not.
I've looked into it to see, but there's nothing of those left. I think that blog TV and Stickham and all those sites were long gone for probably 15 years or longer or whatever.
Like the blog TV, the Saturday Nightmare show on blog TV, it seemed like that was like, it was like 3 hours every Saturday too, and it was you guys went even harder on people on those shows.
We went hard to paint.
Because they weren't saved at all. They were just on the
Just real quick before we log off, funny, and it just thought of me out of the blue. The blog TV shows when that Fulci fan Tara shit started happening, and you put the little fucking guy in a wheelchair to Limp Bizkit, keep rolling. It's the funniest shit ever.
Forgot about that. Oh, gosh.
Those are the days.
Wasn't there pictures of the dude with Tiffany Shepis on the message board too? Do you remember this? Like,
yes, it was. Yeah. It was like 30 pictures of this dude because people he's hard to miss. People would see him at fucking conventions, probably smell him too, and they'd just snap pictures, and it was like a whole fucking collage.
I just remember there's one of the openings of the videos you had him show up in the front, and he would like speed along.
It was Saturday Nightmares is what it was.
Yeah.
Fuck, I might still have it on here.
Dude, it was the greatest shit ever. That whole episode, like after that shit happened, it was just the funniest shit. Like you couldn't write a Hollywood movie, man. That was better than that.
That's the best shit ever.
Let's see if it's on this. I don't think it might be on this one.
I kept waiting for it, but no.
I think it's on
If
Patreon.
I find it, I'm gonna post it on the Discord if I find it. It was the funniest.
I've got it somewhere because I watched it not too long ago. I think it's on Patreon. The intro is.
But yeah, the original usage of it was if I remember right, it was the Saturday Nightmares, that intro, but instead of that, you dropped the bomb on me. It was Rolling by Limp Bizkit. and then you had an extended sequence of him just rolling around.
Yeah.
Good times.
But man, this has been a fun show. We definitely need to bring these back on our semi-regular basis, and I think we're going to. So we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything, and check out everybody's channels and all that. Rambo Raff for life. Stuntman Mark Phantasmac, Carter Dention, who requested the Beyond fan commentary this month. We got to get that out too. So that'll be happening. And then stay tuned. The original Horror Talk Radio show over at DEADPIT.com. I'd like to tell people, thumbs up the video, Uncle Bill.
Would you?
Yes. thumbs it up with violence and fury, and just love everything about it.
You hit the heart button, then you hit the ass button, then you hit the go fuck yourself button. Follow that up with the I don't give a shit button.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. Do you know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
We have a literal jukebox full of songs and thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram and help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks, but send us money.